good. Hey, how's it going, guys? Captain Kuba here, and welcome back to probably like the ending of this, or what would you call it, like series on revisiting God of War. We've come a long way. It's been a nice experience. It really has. This is the game that, as you guys know, started pretty much my journey on YouTube. Like before God of War 2018, I was completely unknown, and it was thanks to this game that my channel in a way blew up in popularity. Like just my videos took off, and I'll always be eternally grateful to this game. And on this revisit, like I've gotten to experience this again to some extent. Not the revival of the channel per se, just I guess the love I had for this game. And some of you might be asking, "Oh, does that mean it's your favorite game in the series?" I don't know, bro. I don't know. I've kind of given up on the quest almost of like determining what my favorite game in the series is. Humans have this tendency of just putting things into lists, you know, and rankings and all that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to stay away from that. It's hard. It's hardwired into us, but I'm trying to stay away from that because how about we just enjoy games for what they are? I started off very chatty in this live stream, so I apologize for that. But what's up, guys? What's up? As you guys know, this is a members-only live stream, so if you want to chat, make sure to become a member. I do other like live streams that are not members only, so you will be able to talk to me eventually. But you know, these ones are members only, so they're gonna be ad-free. So if you want to become a member, I really appreciate it. If you don't, it's all good. You can leave a comment afterwards, and I look them up, and sometimes I'll reply to them, sometimes I don't. I'm not gonna make any promises. But what's up, Morse? What's up, Luke? Shan, how you doing, man? Hello, enemies. Well, blood came out with a fucking knife. It's like, what's up, you enemies? But how are you guys? How's it going with you guys? Let's see. Something else we can do later. Sasha, what are you doing? You goofy ass cat. Why are you so goofy? Something else we can do. I just became aware of something, and we can watch later. So, whoa, hold on a second. There we go. If you guys know, a guy a couple of months ago named Ali Filmworks like made a video talking about how he remade God of War 1, of course, in just a video, right? And he said he was gonna do a part 2. Well, today's that day. He made part 2. So if you guys want, I can react to it later. I haven't watched it yet, as you can see. So yeah, I'm excited because I really like this video. His video blew up as well. 3 million views, man. I feel like that's how much my top video has. Here, let me look it up. Let's do the petty YouTuber thing and compare views and shit, okay? Why don't we do that? Let me see. Okay, mine has a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just 1 minute. I sound so unrelatable right now. My video has 1 more million views than his, you know? But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. Let's go to the PS5 here for a sec, and let me get the chat on my the pop-out chat thing. And sorry if I'm a little bit nasally. When I wake up, and I woke up like 2 hours ago, but still, like it takes me a couple hours to like de-sneezify, so I'm gonna be a little bit sneezy. I'm sorry. Hey, your friend was redoing the Gana fight. Such a well done, boss man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta be trolling me right now, right? You gotta be trolling me. It's cool that we got a giant boss fight in Ragnarok, right? But I can't say that it's my favorite, man. I think Ragnarok has way better boss fights than that. Where were we at? 2018. Sorry, let me put it up. Now the worst boss of Ragnarok. I'll be honest, man, I can't think of another one right now that might be worse. Because Ragnarok overall has really good boss fights. Like after 2018, sorry, after God of War 3, Ragnarok is definitely up there when it comes to having the best boss fights. I'm not ready to say that it's the second one that has the best boss fights, but it's definitely up there. Wait a second, is my audio delayed? Oh man, okay, hold on a second. Something's going on. My audio is delayed. Yeah. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. Give me a sec, guys. It wouldn't be a Captain Kuba stream, bro, without some technical difficulties. It's just not possible. God, I hope this works. Wait, okay. Hopefully that's good. Give me just a sec. Good. Oh my god, okay. I have become proficient. That should be good now. We got everything. I got scared there for a second, because usually Conan's the one that helps me out with all this stuff. So, I'm glad I was able to fix it. Okay, but how are you guys? It's a fun fight, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm saying mechanically it's fun. I'm saying mechanically it's not. Like, all you do, bro, all you do is shoot at her fucking pot, okay? Shoot at her pot, shoot at a couple candles, like, it's not very engaging. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe you like it. I don't want to, like, start off, like, in a contentious, like, way, okay? If you like it, it's good, man. But when we're talking about, like, giant boss fights in the God of War series, there are better ones, okay? There are better ones, okay? My top view live stream has like 18 views, got after years. It takes a while, man. Like, I was actually looking at like my oldest videos in the channel. It's crazy how, like, you know, you start off really small, like no views at all, you know, and then like you kind of see like starting to like get more and more views, right? I'm not gonna promise that that's gonna happen to you. Like, it doesn't happen to everybody, right? You kind of, the tricky thing about YouTube is that it's a lot of work, and it's also a lot of luck. Like, I got really lucky with God of War 2018 that it was something that I personally really enjoyed, and so did the mainstream. So it was just a perfect storm, you know? And ever since then, like, I've tried to cover other games, and I haven't had nearly as much luck, you know? An IP that I love, you guys know, it's Lies of P. And those videos just don't get nearly.
Why did you not tell?
I'm curious to see like how it is like when the sequel finally gets announced. Usually when sequels come, it's like when people become aware of like, oh, this is a thing. If there's a number 2, it means that it's big enough. Therefore, I should even go and check the first one. So it's like it creates some momentum to it, right? So maybe that's when my Lies of P videos will get more popular. But I do like that series, and I just, whenever I talk about it, I cover it just for the love of it. Because I know it doesn't really get that many views anyway.
Oh, Baldur is the son of Freya.
He is! It's shocking every time I hear it, and yet obviously I know it. When I think about Baldur and Freya...
Mimir?
Yes, lad?
Freya.
How's that, brother?
Ed, tell me Baldur's vulnerability.
Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
Wait, what has happened?
He is bewitched not to speak of what he knows.
I am? I am! Oh, that's it precisely. I wonder how long that's been so. Since she had my head at her mercy, or back when I figured out Baldur's weakness.
Mimir,
Yes, lad?
you just said you figured out Baldur's weakness.
Did I? But Baldur is blessed with invulnerability to all threats, physical or magical.
Enough. This means there is a way. If he troubles us again, we will find it.
Alright. I love in Ragnarok, they make fun of the troll boss fight too, but Ragnarok still has a hidden troll boss fight. That's cool. I mean, like, and you guys know the story of the troll bosses in Ragnarok, right? How the ones in Vanaheim are Oh, I forgot how it's Cory Barlog's name spelled backwards. I'm pretty sure, like two of them or one of them has Cory Barlog's name spelled backwards, which I think it's pretty funny. Cory overall has a lot of fun with naming things sometimes, because Charlie the turtle in God of War 2018 is named Charlie because, yeah, how it went is that in an interview with GameSpot, I think, GameSpot or one of the gaming news outlets. They asked what the kid's name was going to be, and the guy proposed, you guys can just name him Charlie or something like that. And Cory took that name and put it into the turtle. Okay, like gave that name to the turtle. So it's a funny backstory on like naming things sometimes, you know. What's up, Morse? What did you say? Baldur is blessed with immortal ability to all threats, physical or magical. I think you got it right. I think you got it. Can you read my comment? I think you misunderstood me. Where? I guess for me, I find the other bosses too easy. That's why I like Ghana. I don't know, bro. I just find the Ghana bosses to be way too... The Ghana's boss fight to be way too easy. I'm kind of with AK.
Can you make it?
Despite...
Is it all?
I like how Trace's journal is... Oh, I don't have it here. It's exactly the same design as Lore and Legends. So in a way, we're reading Atreus' journal. I'll pull it up. That's kind of cool. I never noticed that. I know that it had the handprint, but I forgot that was Atreus' journal. Oh! Oh, you guys are talking about Ghana, not Gryla. Oh! Ear fam, I apologize deeply. Uncas officially lost it. That's it, man. You guys can go and unsubscribe from me and go and subscribe to Midgard Chronicler or someone else, okay? I am an imposter, as some people on Reddit think. Look, man, I guess I just... Gryla is one of those characters that I even forget her name. And I guess I saw the G and I'm like, oh, he's talking about Gryla. He's talking about Gryla. Okay, yeah, okay. Ghana is a pretty good boss fight, not gonna lie. Okay, I thought you were talking about Gryla this whole time, okay? My bad, your pen. Anyway, so look, it's the same cover. So in a way, we are reading Atreus' journal. Except to ignore the logo, okay? But we're reading Atreus' journal. Like, it's got the same, I would even say, like, dragon skin. Like, it's, look. It's like, it's tactile. I think that's the word, right? It's really cool. It's honestly one of the best, like, books, one of the best collectibles I have from the God of War IP. So, definitely think of getting that. I don't know, there's a little bit of outdated lore, just a little bit. But overall, it's a really good book, you know. Gryla, I still enjoy it, but I can see people not liking it. I'm sorry, bro. This whole time, I'm like, really? You like Gryla over the other boss fights because it's more challenging? That did not make any sense to me.
Armor? Or likewise an instrument of war, of which I'm a master at shaping.
Bro's gonna get cooked after this. Oh, I am, bro. There's one guy on Reddit. I don't know why he hates me so much. It might be because of my my criticism of God of War Ragnarok. Bro, the guy is on Reddit 24/7. Like, I think he opened that account just to talk trash about me. Like, just completely. Like, he threw in Cesti the other day, and he called him a fake fan, and I'm like, that's pretty funny. Cesti apparently found... Okay, someone else found it before him, but Cesti had not seen his video. He found it independently, right? He found that when you use the Apollo skin in God of War 3, and you use the hold down square attack with an enemy ancestors, he goes 1 2 1 2 1 2 because it's boxing, right? Like, it's Apollo Creed from the movie, so it kind of makes sense for that to be in there. But someone like shared that clip. The guy who first discovered it, oh, Ceci discovered it, right? The #1 fan. I found something before the #1 fan, right? And one guy, I don't know if it was the same guy, commented, yeah, I don't know why. Whenever you look up God of War YouTubers, Captain Cuba and Cesti get recommended, those are the two biggest. Those are the two biggest sorry. Those are the two biggest charlatans or something like that in the God of War community. Like they don't really like the series or something. Like really, Cesti and Captain Cuba not liking God of War. Anyway, give me a sec, guys. This stream has gotten off kind of slow. I apologize. I'll talk about that in a sec, but I have to go and like put the clothes in the dryer. So give me just a sec. Alright, I'm back, sorry. My bad. Apologize about that. Let me get the chat going again. Alright. So this is a bigger fan than half of the actual devs, LOL. Cesti is definitely up there. Like, for the Greek saga, man. That guy has nothing but passion, man. Like, I don't know. I would even say sometimes that Cesti is a bigger fan than I am. Because the dude just plays in every conceivable way these games. He doesn't get tired of them.
No? Then forget it. Even if I wanted to make such an insignificant gewgaw, I'm liable to chink my tools working on something so delicate and ladylike.
Then shingle it. Pattern weld the item with scap slag. Keep the layers thin. Alternate the overlay.
Okay, smart guy. And where do you propose to find a lump of quality scap slag? Last time I saw one, I could still get rigid down south. Shut your mouth, is that... Where did you...
I had to get my hands dirty.
Well, don't just stand there. Let's do this.
What? You're fine with working on something that's not a weapon?
Oh, hell, why not? What? I can grow too.
Oh, watch the spine. Keep your wrist loose.
No, you keep your wrist loose. Yeah, I need more heat here.
Coming up. You gonna temper that steel longer?
You don't need to. I triple quenched it with Draugr oil.
See? How inventive. And sanitary. You clever little beaver. Never too late to learn a new trick, is it?
No, it's not. There.
Here it is.
Nope. Don't forget this. Oh, quit your grinning. It's downright unsettling.
It's just nice to see you together. But now the rune on your brand looks different.
Yeah, price of reforging something what broke.
I knew it. You two love each other.
Oh, cut it out, Princess. You're gonna get me all weepy.
I like the new one better. Don't you?
We have work to do.
Brock is like grower confirmed. No, he just says he can't get rigid down south. It doesn't say anything about his size. Okay? Why you besmirching my man Brock here? Okay?
Hey, look who's back up and about.
It's so weird to see knowing that they
Didn't I
didn't
tell
talk to
you
each other
it'd
for
be fine?
130 years. Was it 130 years? I forgot. I'm gonna have to read like Lore and Legends again, but yeah, it was definitely like a long time. Like, so it's nice
Now
that
we just need to figure out what door
it's
this
how you
key
see the
opens.
growth here in the game, of course.
It has
you
to
know.
be somewhere around the temple.
Hey, Steve Fact, you calling us mortals? What's up, bro? I still don't know what get rigid down south means. It. I don't know if you're trolling. I think you just want me to talk about erectile dysfunction on the channel here. You can clip that if you want.
Follow me, Atreus.
On my way.
That's what it means, bro. Like, that's what it means. Diego comes in as I say erectile dysfunction. Can I even say that? Man, YouTube can be such a pain in the ass sometimes. You can't even say anything, okay? You can't say... I'm worried that I said something... Ooh, that wasn't even a swear word, but I'm worried that that's too rated R, you know? I thought of that Brock's not that old. Well, I mean... Moore says that they haven't spoken for 130 years, right? I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but it's definitely been a while, so... These beings do live for a long ass time,
Here's
right?
Rune.
What did
This
I
is
join
it.
into? Looks like a little apple. Okay. Sorry, Diego. Clipped and posted across the internet. Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that...
We're inside.
I mean,
But
I'm not...
What is this place?
I'm not that popular, so people would be like clipping stuff and then posting it or stuff like that. But I've said some pretty goofy shit throughout my years on YouTube, so
Guess is as
I'm
good as
honestly
mine, little
surprised
brother.
that I haven't come across any of that stuff. Maybe my Reddit hater will do it one of these days, you know. He'll take my my confusion with Gryline Gana and post it. Just watch, man. They made me older 200 years ago, and Leviathan X 130 years ago. After Leviathan split up, they didn't talk until Atreus showed up. There you go. Morse has done the math for you guys. Morse is the man,
The
man.
tree. We're underneath the realm travel room. But why is
He
the
was got a
floor on the
Reddit
ceiling?
stalker. Yeah. I probably have more than a few. Shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what that was, actually. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ali Filmworks video's out. Yeah, we'll probably watch it at the end of this one so you guys can get my reaction to it. I love this first video. Where is... Oh, it's right there.
Up there. Tyr used the same magic to protect the Black Rune. The clue we seek may be inside.
Huh. Right next to the Udenande.
Interesting. Can we reach it?
Not from here.
Keep the nomination
What's
game
behind
of
there?
the year on Monday. Which games do you think will get nominated? Oh, it's Monday? I'll probably do like a stream for it.
Well,
and just
one
kinda,
inner
like,
sanctum within another.
pick all of my
tapestries.
favorite games of the year.
Looks like more giant.
I don't know if I've played that many games still.
Whatever
but
Tyr
I'll
did for
definitely
them must
give
have
my
been
thoughts
big.
on it. I've played more than a couple, I would even say. So I'll definitely give my thoughts on it. But which games I think are going to get nominated? I think, of course, Expedition 33, Silk Song, recently Arc Raiders. How many get nominated for each year? Because this year's a lot of them. Oh, Diego's finally playing Ascension. What do you think of it? I know you told me last time, right? How are you liking it? There it is. Who is that? Who is that? It never says it, but I always thought it was Faye for some reason. Who is that right there? I wonder. Oh, 6? Okay, so Expedition 33, Arc Raiders, Silk Song. Man, I know there's more of them. I know there's a lot more. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The co-op game, I forget the name, Split Fiction, I think. And I'm missing another one. It's definitely maybe Hades 2 or something like that. I kind of forgot the games that came out this year, but I know it's been a lot of them. That's probably Tyr's wife or a random giant. It could be. It could be if we... it was just me who assumed that it was Faye, but there's no actual indication that it was Faye. But given the context of the game, I figured that Faye was somehow involved, you know. Doom the Dark Ages and Ghost of Yotei. Look, I like Doom the Dark Ages, but sadly, I don't think Doom the Dark Ages is gonna get nominated for Game of the Year.
Whoa, who are they?
And the thing is, I do like Doom the Dark Ages. It's different from the previous 2 Doom games, but I do still enjoy it.
Boy,
But I don't
this is the
think it's
room
gonna
for
get
your
nominated
night.
for Game of the Year.
That's
I
right.
think that's
And look,
wishful thinking.
we're on the other side of the door.
The upside down door.
What are you thinking?
Stand back.
Okay.
I think it's fake. What do you think it is?
It's moving!
What's moving?
Every... Whoa!
Extraordinary. The whole room is built on some kind of axle.
There's chains on both sides. Without those...
We can flip the temple.
All right!
What now?
Uh-oh. Things are happening. Okay. I don't think they're attacking.
Boy, on the statues.
I see them. It says void.
Ominous.
Go on. Read.
Before the first, after the last. Nothing between, no shadow cast. Alpha.
Are you quite sure flipping the temple is the only way to reach them, whatever it is?
You said there would be a path. The temple can be flipped.
Therefore, we flip the temple. The logic is unassailable.
Expedition 33 will win Game of the Year. I think so too, but recently there's been some weird things happening with that game.
Not sure what happens when
Where
you
it got-
recklessly
it didn't
upend a
get
room that's
nominated for
rooted
the,
to eight
soundtrack
other
at the
realms.
Grammys or
Well, I'm
something.
curious, of course.
And I thought it really
To imagine it gets us to Jotunheim.
I don't mind a lead.
Well, who knows? Perhaps you and Tyr are the same kind of mad.
So this image is correct depiction. She didn't have the axe yet. Hold on. Let's see. Where was I? That's Tyr in front of the Jotunheim Tower Gate. I think it's Faye. So in this image, it's correct depiction. She didn't have the axe yet. What if Kurtis can flip the temple with the chain? Wait. You mean why can Kurtis not flip the temple with the chains? It's nothing to him. I don't know, bro. I've noticed that you're very focused on Kurtis' strength, like topics about his strength.
An army of...
Again, this is one of the questions that can just be answered because they needed to have an extra level where you have to go and break the chains, you know? It's as simple as that.
statues.
I don't think they're the kind that come to life, if that's what you're worried about. Tyr often said that in the world of peace he envisioned, the only soldiers he'd need would be statues. Bless his heart, but the bugger did take himself rather seriously, didn't he?
Okay. Let me look at this mural because I'm pretty sure this is the one where it gets kind of confirmed that the giants can't really die of old age. Hold on.
Here, boy. Another one.
It says his name is Bergelmir. I think Mother said he was the king of the giants.
Aye, that he was. And quite a bit more.
Looks like he had a lot of kids.
That, little brother, is what we call an understatement.
He's dead, but nobody killed him. Do giants die from old age?
They may, though it's rare among the legends.
Though it's rare among the legends. Which again, it doesn't. Once again, we go back to this whole thing that the reason the dead giants, the reason they give in Ragnarok with the dead giants and Jotunheim don't make a lot of sense because it's not just one, it's a lot of them, right? So how exactly did they die? I guess they could have used the bodies after like they took the souls away or something like that. It's not bad writing a little. Power scaling should not be taken that seriously. It's fun, but I get it. Sometimes it's not that deep. I kind of share the same opinion. I don't really care too much about power scaling topics. You know, it's just something that doesn't really interest me.
Again with the death traps.
I think this is one of the many setups for the future Corey left, and Faye was Bergelmir's wife. How do you figure that? Why do you think that Faye was Bergelmir's wife? Because Faye, well, I mean, we don't really know, but Faye does not strike me as being one of the old giants. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yeah.
Well, what's that fine mess?
Alright, hold on, let me figure this out. Read previous comment. Oh, I see. The name is Bergelmir's wife. Wait. The name of Bergelmir's wife is Nal in the game, and Nal is just another name for Laufey. Interesting. I think this is one of the many setups Corey left. Faye was Bergelmir's wife. She might have died from old age, and this was a hint. Nal is just another name for Laufey? Let me look that up. What? Huh! Nal, also known as Laufey, is a figure in Norse mythology who's the mother of trickster god Loki. Her name is interpreted as Needle, likely due to the perceived slender or delicate nature, while Laufey is sometimes translated to mean leafy or full of leaves. To a pine tree, with Laufey referring to a tree and Nal referring to the pine needles. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. That might have been something I knew back in the day, but I completely forgot about. If anything, this revisiting of God of War has shown me that I'm a little bit rusty. I'm a little bit rusty when it comes to like my my lore knowledge of God of War 2018. Wait, I have to lower it. I have to do it when it's down. Hold on. Did I change it back? I changed it back, didn't I? Yes. Okay. What is Luke talking about? Power scaling shouldn't be taken super seriously, but I do think it should be taken somewhat into consideration. I mean, it wouldn't make much sense for Kratos to get beat up by Thrud, for example. Oh, that'll never happen, though. Yeah, in the Mist, Laufey is always called Laufey, not Nal, okay? Old age, I think Kratos would notice that he was dating an old lady. Actually, he points out that he wouldn't. And I think it's lore and legend, where Atreus mentions, like, oh, you wouldn't have noticed if mom was older or something like that? And he was like, no, when you live like for thousands or hundreds of years, you don't really notice it. That was close. That was so close, man. Can you read my comments about the Giants? I'm sure the writers had a conversation with Corey about the Giants and their souls, because it does mean something for Atreus' future, so I wonder what that conversation was like. How do you figure? What do you mean? Hey, don't worry about it, little paradox. Don't worry, bro. We're not in school, man. I'm not taking what do you call it? I'm not taking attendance here. You're good to go, man. You show up whenever you can, or if you want to.
I'd have thought, brother. Why don't you let the lad carry you for a while?
And let you miss this. No.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Down. I'm gonna die. Bro, did Kratos just jump? I think I made Kratos jump in the Norse Saga, bro. You guys saw that, right? I am the first to make Kratos jump in the Norse Saga. You've seen it here before. I gotta go to work later, chat. Thank you, Luke. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Well, Kuba, remember that dude who tried remaking God of War 1 cutscene? Yeah, I know. He just posted the second one. We'll watch it today, bro. Kratos can jump, Pilameo. I used the momentum, bro. He jumped. I mean, Matt and Rich, when they were writing Ragnarok with Giant Soul Squad, they probably had combos with Corey about it, since it gave Atreus a reason to leave at the end, and it's what Corey demanded. Yeah, I don't know if, like, the whole, like, I'm not sure if the Giant Souls thing was always a thing that Corey had planned. I think that might have been a new lore development, and they just kind of used it as an excuse, like you said, you know. Hey bro, member for 2 months. I feel like Tyr's too much of a goody two-shoes. I would enjoy his character system more if he had more flaws. But he's just a chill dude. Hopefully
Had a thought, brother. Why don't you let the lad carry me for a while?
And let you miss this. No.
You enjoy
I feel
this.
like all these things would be fixed if we ever get a prequel in the Norse Saga. You know, you get to see like these characters when they're younger. I think that it could work a lot.
The chain! We made it!
Time to do what you do, brother.
The script reveals Faye had lived in Moon's Forest, so she had access to the apples. That could be why she didn't age. No, but the thing is that even Mimir says that, I mean, it is a legend only that giants rarely die of old age, you know? So, the apples, I believe, in Norse mythology are something that the gods need to stay alive, right? And I guess for that matter, the giants also consume them, right?
Hey, it's a fragment of a language cipher. We should look for this. Leave them in peace.
Obviously not referring to us.
Okay. Yeah, they rarely die from old age because usually they die from murder. Oh, so you're saying they don't get to reach old age? That's what you mean? They don't get to reach old age because they usually die by murder? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I don't think that's what it means. I can see your argument there, but I think it just means that they generally don't die of old age. It's never established in the lore of the Norse god eat these apples, right? It is interesting that she isn't eating spores though. We can't hear you. The game is too loud. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. Sorry. Let me know if that's better. Yeah, what I had said is that in the game, in the God of War series, it's not established that the Norse gods need Idum's apple to stay alive, as in the Norse mythology, right? So by that extent, I don't think the giants also need Idum's apples to stay alive. So it's kind of implied that they're both kind of immortal beings. Immortal as in like they can't die by external forces like Kratos, right? But for the most part, like they just age without dying, right? So that's why I don't think that Faye necessarily needed Idum's apple to stay alive, right? Mike is lower than the game. My bad, bro, my bad. Faye also asked for Kratos to spread the ashes like she knew she would die. Maybe she really did die from old age, or maybe something else. That is honestly one of the biggest mysteries in 2018. Like I don't know if we're really meant to like think too much about it, but it is one of those things that I've always wondered, like, how did Faye die? You know, how did Faye die? I'm having a mindfuck of just how similar Gana and Loot from Hazbin Hotel are. It's pretty much a 1-to-1. I don't know who that is, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Blood. What do they die from? That's what I mean. I think they're kind of immortal beings in God of War lore. They're like gods. They're very similar. You know, that's just a distinction that Odin made. Like different generations. Oh god. between like Titans and Olympians, right? They're both immortal beings. Let me know if the audio's okay now. Did I mess this up just now? Okay, I'm just gonna go. God, I hate frost effect. Is that it? Who's that now? Who's that? Hi, my name is Alan. Adam's apple? What? Shit. Can't be looking in the chat now. Hold on a second. Got it.
Come. The other chain waits.
It's implied that Bergelmir died from old age because he died of peacefully in his bed. I get what you're saying, but we still don't know how long that died, though. I mean, how long it took him to die, though. I'm assuming that it was a lot of fucking years, okay? Because they can last for a long time, right? Hold on. Can you read my comment above of the original trilogy for the Norse games? Okay. I have a question regarding the original trilogy. If first game is about holding on and Ragnarok is about letting go, if we get a trilogy instead, what would the middle game be about thematically? That is a question that I'm not well suited to ask, to be asked for, because I'm not a writer. I don't really. Oh shit! I messed this up. I don't really know what it would be. Oh man, I messed this up. Please, 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 please. Woo! So I really don't know. I can't really. I don't really have any thoughts about that. You know. I think Corey set this up for future to be Belgramir's wife, though. They hint that giants can die from old age, giving Belgramir's wife's name that belongs to Faye, and hide a reason of her death. So, okay. I'm just curious. Do you think? Because I mean, it's kind of hard because we have to go like by with God of War and also the Norse mythology. Like we kind of have to fill in the gaps, right? So, do you think Morse? Is it Morse who said that? Yeah, Morse. Do you think that also the gods of Asgard and Vanir gods like Freya, can they also die of old age? I'm just curious, right? Because the issue with that is that in traditional Norse mythology, it's only a generational distinction between beings, right? It's not such a thing as like there's giants and gods per se. Like they're both like the same thing, right? So I'm just curious, do you think that the Asgardian gods can die from old age? Because I do get your argument that it does seem like Bergelmir died of old age, which implies that all of them can. I think I got it. There we go.
I truly do hate this part.
I know.
I think I messed this up. They're not completely even. Okay. Back to base, I think it's an issue for me. It's just how the story's constructed and it works in my opinion. Oh, with there being 2 games? Would you like a God of War game set before Ascension where Kratos was serving Ares? Maybe. I'd much rather have another game set like during the 10 years of servitude to the gods. I think that's a much more interesting period for Kratos' life. But maybe one with Ares could work. You just wouldn't have access. Well, I mean, you could have access to the Blades of Chaos. Like, he gets them at one point, right? So you can still do that. I just don't know how powerful he would be, though. Let me see. Sorry, let me read. The gods probably stop aging at some point or can choose how they want to appear. In OG Greek mythology, the gods can appear whatever age they want to, but I don't know about Norse for sure. Gotcha. Something interesting. I realized is Corey said in an interview that Eric was the one who suggested Gravedigger being Zeus. I guess with Tyr and Odin now it's an Eric thing. Wait, he said that in my interview? I don't remember him saying that. I'm gonna have to watch that interview as well. No. It sure is implied that Edom's apple are valuable for a reason. But that's the thing, don't you get Edom's apple in the game as a mechanic? Like, you collect Edom's apple in the game. Am I tripping now? Let me look it up. No, I'm not interested in the I mode. Okay. Yeah, Edom's apples. Here. Edom's apple are collectible items found inside Nornir chests in God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. These mythical apples are food cherished by the gods and provide health boosting benefits. In God of War 2018, after collecting 3 apples, the size of Kratos' health bar will increase. In God of War Ragnarok, the health bar will increase after collecting 1 apple. The amount needed will then increase by 1 each time until 5 of them are acquired. That's me. Like, I find it weird that they would have like these items as being very important to the lore, as in like they kept Faye alive for such a long time, and they're also just like a gimmick in the mechanic, you know, to like increase your health bar. Like, I find that hard to believe that they serve both purposes, you know. I think that the Edom's apple are just like the Gorgon's eyes in God of War 2018. Something that you're not really meant to pay too much attention, at least in the God of War universe. I think this is what they do in the God of War universe. They increase health benefits. I don't think Faye was using them per se. I do get the whole thing of like, it's interesting that in the script it says that Faye's house was, their house was in the Edom's forest, right? But I'm not ready to say that it's because Faye needed apples to, you know, stay alive. That's the part that I'm not willing to commit, you know, fully. Hey, Kunal, thank you so much, bro. Do we ever get any more info about the soul magic? Who's to say Faye didn't use it to make her soul leave her body, but instead being stored in a knife-like container, she just wanted to die voluntarily? Wait, do we ever get more info about how soul magic? Who is to say Faye didn't use it to make her soul leave her body, instead being stored in a knife-like container, she just wanted to die voluntarily? That honestly, like, it's one of the interesting mysteries of God of War 2018 that it left for us. And this one's a little bit harder to say whether it's canon or not, because it happened. How we came to know about this is like a guy went to Santa Monica Studios. Santa Monica Studio. I don't know why I always say studios. It's just studio, okay? Santa Monica Studio. And someone at Santa Monica told them that the reason the Leviathan axe returns to Kratos' hand is because it contains the soul of someone from Kratos' past. It's kind of implied that it was Faye's soul, okay? Part of Faye's soul, right? And I don't have any reason to believe the guy was lying necessarily. He doesn't seem like someone who would make up such a lie, you know? But that's something that's ever said in the lore of 2018 ever, right? It's something that that guy who went to Santa Monica said. So I don't know if that's canon, right? But it could point to what you just said, that maybe part of her soul is inside the axe. But I don't know. I don't know if that's canon or not. Hold on. Well, in the game it says Edom's apples are a favorite food of the gods, and in the lore and legends it says Odin made Skadi kill Thiazi by saying this eagle Thiazi stole precious Edom's apples. That's the one you wanted me to read, right? In the game it says Edom's apples are the favorite food of the gods, and in the lore and legends it says that Odin made Skadi kill Thiazi by saying this. Eagle Thiazi stole the precious Edom's apple. So yeah, it's just a retelling. It's a retelling of Norse mythology, right? Like the story of Norse mythology, which I guess you're using to prove that. Using to prove that they are just as important, right? I mean, maybe, bro. Good. To me, it's just that right now we just use them as like mechanics to increase our health bar. You know.
I never doubted.
Right.
It's a shame because even if it was lore, Ragnarok didn't do anything with it, right? So we don't know if like the gods are constantly like using Edom's apples, you know. Bro, you got perfect timing. Well, with the the things, it's pretty good. Let me see. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect. Well, Eric said that one day he came up to Matt and Rich and said, let's make Odin a steer in the sky, so it's his thing for sure. I'm gonna have to look up the whole thing about the idea of the Gravedigger being Zeus being his idea, because I didn't know that. Someone said that it was in my interview. I don't remember that at all being discussed. So basically Faye used soul magic to place her soul inside the axe. Now that would be a mind-blowing if Kratos ever learns about it. The problem with that is that the Norse soul is divided into 4 parts, right? It's 4 parts, right? And we know that at least one of those parts went to the light of Alfheim, because like Kratos does see her there, right?
Nah, they're just waiting for us.
And even in Ragnarok, I've pointed this out multiple times, how it seems like there's something with the light, like there's something that Kratos keeps looking back at it, you know. And there's also something, I believe in lore and legends, that Atreus keeps dreaming about the light. So I do think that part of Faye's soul is at least inside the axe. It could be said that maybe the direction part of the soul, I think it's one of the forms, one of the parts of the soul in the Norse world, direction. That's the one that could be found in the axe, which always redirects itself towards Kratos, right? That could be it. But look. That's why it's very odd. It's very odd because we know that the Leviathan axe was made to counteract Mjolnir. And Mjolnir also returns to Kratos, to Thor's hands, right? However, Thor does have to snap his fingers, right? Like he always snaps his fingers and the hammer comes back. Does that imply that part of Thor's mom is also inside Mjolnir? Like there's a part. I might be thinking of another one. I might be thinking of the other, of the sword Atreus, the sword Atreus gets in God of War Ragnarok, that has more of a life. It has more of a mind of its own, right? I still think the light of Alfheim is trying to lure Kratos, but Faye's soul isn't actually inside the light. That could be an interesting plot twist if it actually isn't her, because Atreus does say that he hears evil voices or something when he goes to Alfheim in 2018. Watch later what Bela and Big Beer say about the light. Can you give me the name of the video and I'll look it up? Let me know. Faye being inside the axe would make sense, because in the spoiler cast, Corey said that part of her is in the light. Yeah, part of her is in the light. That's what I mean, like part of it goes to the light. So it kind of like leaves us a mystery, like where the other parts go. God damn it. Got him. Okay.
Tough fight.
Brog needed that soul juice from Faye. That sounds so dirty, man. Sounds dirty as hell, man. After recent comments, I think they'll do more with the Light of Alfheim. There's definitely something there. There's definitely something there. Like everything, I keep telling you guys, like everything kind of points in the direction that they're definitely not done with Norse mythology yet per se. I think we should stop calling like this saga the Norse saga and instead call it the Ragnarok saga. There's definitely more stuff. Like Morse has done like a good job showing me things that I'm like, yeah, they definitely like, if they were like done with this thing, they would not have like created new mysteries in God of War Ragnarok because they would be wrapping things up. But instead they kept on like expanding it, right? The thing that blew my mind was like Mimir's tattoos on his horn. That thing, I'm like, wow, I don't remember hearing that ever, right? I guess because I just didn't like doing the side quests and I only did them once, and that, whoop, I completely forgot about that. But that's really interesting. Then you have Farbodi still being alive. You have the whole thing with the Light of Alfheim. There's so many things that just kind of remain a mystery. Hela, not Hela, just Hel. I mean Loki's daughter, I should say. What's up with that? It's so many things that when you really look at it, it doesn't make sense for this to be like for Ragnarok to be the final Norse game.
Boy,
Yes, sir?
time to flip the temple.
Yes, sir.
Let's just agree to stop saying flip the temple.
Which way is it? I
Starting
kind
to
of got turned
sound
around.
normal.
Oh, it's here, right? There we go. There's a bunch of YouTube shorts that there's a video called God of War Ragnarok, Bela and Big Deer. I mean, did you say that it's evil, right? Like, I remember them talking about that, right? No, maybe it's not the axe, but inside Kratos. Maybe the axe is responding to Faye inside of him, not him? That would explain the dreams that Kratos says are not just dreams. Oh, that's fucking interesting, but I would have to watch my old video on it, though. Hold on. Does the guy talk about it? Hold on a second, guys. Let me look that up. Hold on. Because that would be interesting if Faye's soul is inside Kratos. That could be interesting. Because then we could even say that is it possible that another part of it went to Atreus? Because Atreus also has like a weird dream in Ragnarok at the end, like when he almost dies by Surtur. Like he also has like a weird thing. It was like, I'm always gonna be with you or something. Leviathan axe. The reason I think, yeah. It's gonna be, it's only, oh man, this is gonna be like the more cringy era of my videos. I want to see if like there's a video of the guy talking about it or something. Faye's dead. Yeah, okay. Memories from 2018 when I went to visit Santa Monica studio and met Cory Barlog, the director of the last God of War. It's an interesting anecdote because we were passing, because there was a Kingdom Hearts 3 press event in California. I just wanted to meet the studio, even outside or the lobby, but in the end we ended up meeting almost the entire core development team and take the video tour. Above, Cory thanked me for sharing and captioning her reaction video to press ratings that went viral. He said to me, that's not it, that's not what I'm looking for. An exclusive factor revealed to us that inside Kratos' axe dwells someone else's spirit from his past, and that's why he always returns. That's why it always returns to his hand. And from that day, I was already sure they were working on the sequel. That's like it's not inside Kratos per se; it's inside the axe, whoever spirit that is, though. Oh, no audio? Oh, my bad. Well, I was also reading it for you guys. My bad. We don't hear it. I was fast forwarding. Like, you guys did not have to hear anything. I'm gonna get the chat. Hold on, I'm gonna get the chat on my phone as well because I wasn't able to see you guys like tell me that there was no audio. Give me a sec. Got it. Okay. You can read my comment above. Give me a sec, bro. Give me a sec. So yeah, he's talking about this the spirit of the axe, someone's spirit being inside the axe, not inside of Kratos though. After recent comments, I think the Lumen would be the light. We have to remember that Cory, god damn it, hold on a second. Cory wanting 2 games instead of 3, I think that has more to it. Even if Cory wasn't directing Raggy, Matt and Rich knew the entire story. They worked closely with Cory. That's why, like, it's hard to like know what elements made it in, right? And it's possible that a lot of things that Ragnarok added new, like, were part of the original plan as well, right? It's hard to say, man. It's just something that we'll never know for sure. Can I do this thing? Excuse me, game? There we go.
Brothers,
The light is more than like an addiction, I think.
Just remember, Tyr had good cause to create these obstacles. He's kept Jotunheim out of Odin's reach, but the world is hardly at peace.
No, but it's got home. We're all working together. We have unity. That's what the rune on the door to this place was telling us. We're on Tyr's path.
God. He dreams with Faye, saying he'd always be with them in the end. We're talking about Atreus now, right?
Lift with your legs, brother.
He knows.
Just trying to be helpful.
Kunal hates the Norse games, bro. If Faye Soul is inside Kratos, that would be grounds for me to call her evil because she never took his consent. Wait, there's no audio? What? I mean, there's no audio. There's audio in the game? Right?
On the day that brute force is the answer, I'll be quite happy to be on your side, brother.
Alright.
And we're not
See that, Mimir?
A bit more than Charlotte. Please don't bother me now.
All these obstacles.
That sounds so mean. Audio's fine. Yeah, I think it was more who said that there was no audio, but I'm like, oh, there should be audio.
You and Freya, Brock and Sindri. But when we all work together, we do make a good team. And that's Tyr's test. That's why we're gonna make it to Jotunheim.
Shut
Do
up,
you
Trace.
hear that, brother? Lad's found his equilibrium.
What's that mean?
He means you speak wisely, Atreus. And that is good.
Well, I
to
meant for the
hear.
video you were watching. Yeah, but that was a couple minutes ago, though.
Ha! I guess the temple was made to be flipped.
Look, the trees
Given
are-
Cory's obsession with payoffs and sets up, he wouldn't make the decision to let go of his setups without a proper plan. Yeah, but I think, look, I've come to believe, like, given what we've been hearing about PlayStation 6 now, I think what really, like, motivated them to, like, finish the Norse Saga in 2 games was the release of PlayStation 6. Because they wanted to have a God of War game set for the launch window for that, you know? And what better way to kick off PlayStation
Boy.
6
Your knife.
with God of War 6 in a way, like the next big God of War game, you know? And that one's probably gonna be set in Egypt, you know? It's interesting how part of Faye's soul is inside the axe. Well, we can't say that for sure. We don't know that for sure. And it's why Kratos can call the axe, because Brock and Sindri, the Kratos of the axe,
Sort of
didn't react to it. It's odd. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know which one. That's why I hesitate to say that it's legitimately why Faye's axe, I mean, the Leviathan axe returns to Kratos, because Mjolnir's axe, who was created by Brock and Sindri, also returns to Thor. So are we saying that there's also part of someone's soul from Thor's life inside the hammer? I don't know. I don't know.
Great Ardumlazaras. That's the Unity Stone.
You know it.
I wasn't sure it existed. If Tyr possessed this, that explains how he could visit all the realms and other lands to boot.
He held this in the panel in Odin's library.
Yes. Yes, that's it. I understand now. It shows Tyr walking the realm between realms. You know how you must never stray from the path? Well, Tyr always followed his own path, if you catch my meaning.
The realm between realms.
That's crazy that we're probably not getting a God of War game in the PlayStation 5 generation. Oh, you are.
Off the branch of the world.
It's just going to be the Metroidvania. I don't mind, but I can see why that would be painful for a lot of people, because like, ooh, a 2D game. And I again, like, we have to, whenever I talk about the Metroidvania thing, I have to like reinstate, like mention again that this is just a rumor at the time. It's just that so many sources are claiming that this is going to happen, that I feel like there's gotta be some truth to it, you know? Regardless of 2 games or 3, I don't believe the story's lost or forgotten. I think some elements definitely are. I think the Giants is the biggest one of them, and it's very possible that the Horn was also part of the original story. Very possible.
Thinking about hurling
So
us all into the void,
the Giants, I think it's completely, it's similar to the Jesus painting in my opinion. That thing it's forgotten. It's like, don't worry about that. We're not meant to. I mean, I wonder if like, nah, I'm not gonna say that. It's very unlikely that that'll ever come back, you know. But the Horn thing, given that it was such a big deal and like they can still do something with it, I think that's gonna get pushed to the future. Like they're gonna do something with that in the future. But in order for that to happen, you still need to be in the Norse games. We have to get away from this mindset that the Horn is gonna get answer in Egypt. I don't think that's likely. I think that's ridiculous, you know? Hey, Kunal, thank you so much, bro. Let me heart that. Do you think Faye actually cared about Kratos, or was it all because she saw the future if Kratos helped the Norse world? Also, what if the soul inside the axe is Calliope instead of Lysandra? Okay, this is 2 questions, okay? I do think she cared about him. I don't... We're getting outside of the canon a little bit, but I have a suspicion that initially, like, she was not very pleased about the whole thing of, like...
Tyr stepped beyond. And the Unity Stone
having to marry Kratos or something, because she used to be just a warrior, you know? Like, I don't think she was like into like she was a very mother-like figure, you know? But I think much like Kratos, she grew into it. So she eventually did come to love Kratos, even though there's a possibility that when she first set out to like, you know, get him because she saw the future, maybe she didn't have the best intentions. But I think at the end she definitely did. It's hard to say that she didn't care about Kratos after what we've seen in God of War Ragnarok with the flashback scenes, you know. I find that hard to believe to say that she didn't care about Kratos. Now, also, what if the soul inside the axe is Calliope or Lysandra? Bro, anything is possible in a fictional world, but I don't see how that makes any sense. I don't know how Calliope's soul would have gotten into the soul of the axe that's in another pantheon. To me, that doesn't make any sense. And anything, it's possible. Like, writers can write themselves out of any corner they want, I'm sure. But I find that very, very hard to believe, you know. We're just saying whatever comes to mind now. Yeah, I mean, bro, you were in a God of War, like, centric channel. We kind of, like... We kind of tend to go into fan fiction as well. And I guess that's the mark of like true fandomhood, you know, where it's like you're just thinking about these things constantly, you know.
But how do we use it?
I'm saying that she probably didn't have like the bestest intentions at the beginning, because like they even fought, like they fought when they first met. So it's possible that she didn't go into this relationship with the best intentions, but later on, like, she grew into it, you know. Of course, Horn is not Egypt. I never believed that, anyways. I don't think we'll return. Oh, I do think we'll return to North Side. Oh, someone's getting caught here. Oh, it's the Yoda thing. You're like, Yoda what? Yeah, I have. I'll show you guys. I have a huge Yoda plushie that Kona got to me when we were dating. I have it like next to my computer because Sasha, my younger cat, she starts scratching her face on it, and sometimes she turns off the computer. And it's happened that I'm recording something and she just turns it off, and that's it for that recording. I can't get it, so I have to use its huge size to block Sasha from touching my computer. Let me see if everything is good. Okay, because I did touch some cables back there. Yeah, okay, everything's good. There we go. We can see Ingrid and Mjolnir fighting each other in the bar. Mjolnir has a mind of its own, and that scene in the bar is the only part of the game that shows it explicitly. That's the part that I was thinking about before, that I'm like, wait, I thought for a second, don't we see Mjolnir and Leviathan Axe fighting as if they have a mind of its own? But I'm like, no, I think it's Atreus' sword at that point. Ingrid, what is it? I forget the lore about Ingrid. What does it say? It's just, I forgot it, man. Hold on a second. Go to Ingrid is a sentient sword that once belonged to the Vanir god Freyr before it was possessed by the Aesir god Odin. For a short time later, it was then passed by the half-Jotnar demigod Loki, also known as Atreus, before ultimately returning to Freyr during Ragnarok. The weapon never is given a name. This sort of text only referred to simply the Sword of Freyr. Freyr is a Norse god associated with sunshine, summer. His sword is depicted as one of the weapons that is capable of fighting on its own. During Ragnarok, since Freyr gave up the sword to Skrimnir, the hand of the giant, he will be defeated. Yeah. Okay. It's hard to say that there's not a soul inside Ingrid, right? Because, like Moore said, that at points it does seem to have a mind of its own. Like, it even speaks. Atreus speaks to it.
I have noted.
Yeah, and isn't there a point where Odin says that Thor also speaks to Mjolnir as well? It could be taken as like as a guy in modern times talk to his cars like, oh, look at my beautiful baby, or something. Like he anthropomorphizes a car, right? So it could be taken as that. But given what we know about the axe, I wonder if the Leviathan axe also, sorry, Mjolnir also has a piece of someone's soul inside of it. Yeah, read my comment. Hold on, let me see which one. Oh, I hope you like Ragnarok more now and appreciate more about its thematic ideas. Hopefully, at least, let's see. We'll see, bro. We'll see, you know? I think there's definitely things that, to me, they're like cardinal sins or just unforgivable for Ragnarok. Like, I guess there's only two of them that really, really bother me, right? And it's really just one. It's the length of the Ironwood section compared to the Ragnarok section. Ragnarok's in the name of the fucking game, and Ironwood is way longer. Ragnarok, it feels very like such an unimportant event for how much they talk about it. That is the biggest sin in Ragnarok, in my opinion. You know, they had to come up with a. Again, this all would have been much better if it was 3 games, because they would have had time to develop these characters, and then in the 3rd game, you have Ragnarok. You know, that was my idea. But because it's 2 games, you had to do all of that stuff in 1 game, right? So something's not gonna get serviced nearly as much. So they went with the character development and finishing up, you know, Kratos and Atreus' story instead of the world building and Ragnarok itself. That's the part that really bothers me about Ragnarok, right? And yeah, that's the thing. All of the other things I think are forgivable to some extent, you know. The shield change, I can get used to that. I don't like it nearly as much as the shield in 2018. but I don't mind it as much.
Well,
Gameplay is nearly
is
perfect.
sparse.
They have a buttload of new enemy designs. Like it's good. You know, they did a lot of changes, even though like it's still very restrictive with the camera being so close to Kratos. They did a lot of changes that are welcome. Everything else was a 10, bro. Like the art direction was even better, I would say. Like it feels more grandeur in some instances. Like I'm a little bit iffy more of the open world stuff because it does feel more like a traditional or like an old school open world game that I'm not nearly a fan of. But I do like the Kratos section. The Kratos section is really good. So there's a lot of things that I do like. It's just like the thing that accounted for me is the one that they didn't really deliver on, you know. Hold on. Curtis does say they almost took each other's heads off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they fought, yeah. So I read that. Odin says it's crazy means nothing. Bro lies even when he doesn't need to. Exactly, man. Freya said Freya imbued Ingrid with all of his passion, so Ingrid's mind is basically a copy of his personality. Okay, so there you go. It's not necessarily that there's someone in there. I mean, essentially is Freyr. Freyr, isn't it, like you said, right? I'm gonna have to like replay these games again, man. Like just almost religiously. Like replay them how I used to before. And it's hard with the Norse games because they're not very replayable. But I'm gonna have to do it, man.
It's absorbing the stone's energy.
Something's happening.
That's what, right?
Is it moving? It's moving.
Atreus also asked Odin about Soul in Thor's Hammer. Odin laughs it off, but I do think something is there. If you play Raggy, make sure to spend extra time with Odin. There's a few extra dialogues there. Also, Atreus is the one that says that there's... He asked about like, oh, who's inside Thor's hammer? Bro, that's interesting. I forgot about that. This is what I'm talking about. Bro, I'm giving my Reddit stalker so much ammunition, man. Just because I don't like the pacing of Ragnarok. I have to stop, man. I have to stop and get over that. I have to get over that. Because I forgot about that. Okay, but I don't understand why not make the game 40 hours main story and even 30 hours main story instead of 20. Why not have a longer game? Yeah, I mean, we know that there was a whole section cut with, at least with the Sinmara level. Like, that whole thing was cut. And I agree, bro. Like, they shaved off a lot of it. But even what we got, it's pretty lengthy. Like, it's still the longest God of War game. Like, if you're gonna have, like, a game that's that long, just fully commit to it, bro, and make a Scorsese film at this point that's a really long thing. I don't mind, you know? As long as the game is fully, the story's fully finished, it's much better than having it how it is right now. That is if you're sticking with, you know, the current game length. Like, it's not that much of a big deal, you know? I do think that the way I speak about Ragnarok has changed recently. It's still like the most recent game in the series, of course. So, is the audio okay? By the way, I don't know if like I don't know if you guys can hear me while I'm talking during combat, right? Because I know it docks a little bit, but I do think my tone and how I talk about Ragnarok has changed a little bit. After Ragnarok, I was really angry. Like, there was a lot of anger, and a lot of it had to do because it felt like, what was it all for? What was it all for? All of these setups kind of lead nowhere, right? But more recently, once I've kind of given into the idea that, no, there's definitely more here in the Norse saga. There's more here. And I know this is just like my own theory at this point, but they're still setting up things in the Norse saga. Because a lot of the hatred that I had was that, man, they really didn't do Norse mythology. They didn't do it justice to it. They did it 2 games, and it just kind of just was very underwhelming at the end, right? But now that I think that we're definitely coming back to it, like, that anger is no longer there. I almost see it similar to 2018, where it's like, it's just setting up more stuff. There's more stuff there. We're not done. Like, because I had this whole idea when Corey said, one day I'll eventually get to answering about the horn. I'm like, oh great, it's gonna be like this super shitty retcon where Kratos has to blow the horn like while he's in Egypt or something, and it's not gonna make any sense, right? I had the idea that it was gonna become somehow Palpatine is alive type of retcon, and I think that I know what they're doing. Like, they're setting up more stuff for the Norse saga, and that's why it doesn't really bother me nearly as much, you know. Hold on a second. Fucking Yoda now is getting my jacket caught. Okay. The Ragnarok event itself is full of plot holes. Like, why did Sif suddenly defend Atreus when she wanted Thor to kill him in the scene before? That's because it's rushed. It's rushed. All of these things have to be rushed, you know. Read that. Ragnarok felt anticlimactic. You're not the only one, man. The Sinmara part when Loki lied to her to start Ragnarok is a big mistake. They can cut it. Yeah, bro, because it kind of shows Atreus giving into this whole Loki persona where he's tricking people. It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect, bro. But then again, that's another thing that once you like give into it, where it's like, no. If the Sinmara part was cut, you would think that her role would be even more diminished in God of War Ragnarok. Yet when you return to Niflheim, you hear her crying. What is up with that? Something else that's interesting, and I wanted to get your opinion on this, guys, because I could be mistaken about this, okay? But another thing that's interesting that they could definitely do something with is the Norns. And what I was going to ask you is, the Norns' powers in God of War Ragnarok were in a way challenged. They predicted that Kratos would die because that's who he is. He's a monster. He's going to kill the gods, and that's going to lead to his death, right? But Kratos, in a way, defeated the Fates. Not the same way that he defeated the Fates in the Greek saga, but he did defeat the Fates' prophecy in the Norse realm as well. What's going to be their role in the future? What's going to be the role after this challenging of their powers, right? But then again, it could be reinterpreted that. That's what I was going to ask you, like, what do you think? Maybe it's not too much of a big deal, because it could be that the Fates were all along, like, knowing that Kratos was going to survive. They were just had a hand to play in, like, delivering that message to him that he had to change. Maybe it's possible that they saw it that way, that they were just honestly trying to help him, you know? Give me a sec, guys. I gotta go and check the clothes. You guys talk about amongst yourselves for a bit. Give me a sec. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, let me read where I left off. The Norse themselves said that mortals say that got power, but really they're just really predictable. But still, like, they still have some level of importance in the Norse realm, right? This would have been the first time, if they were telling the truth and they weren't just playing a part in, you know, the prophecy itself, this would have been the first time that, you know, they're predicting abilities. Let's call them abilities, not really powers, right? They're predicting abilities were challenged, you know? Come on, Nightmare. Come on, bro. Oh my god. Can't see. God, I hate these guys, man. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot how annoying these guys were. Bro. Oh, hey, Canal. For a game that's supposedly 40 hours long, Ragnarok feels rushed, and there's sections of the story that needed more time weren't giving enough. Meanwhile, we're wasting time in Ironwood. That's why, like, the game is already, like, super long. Just make it 60 hours, bro. Take your sweet time with it, you know? Like, how it is right now, it's very hard to replay because of how long it is. Just commit to it. God damn it, I hate these guys, man. Go pull your fire on them. Guys, give me just a sec. Like, this fight has been giving me some trouble. What the hell? Get him! Charlotte, stop. Let Mama sleep. How many more hits? What the fuck? Am I like a lower level or something? Like, these guys are taking way too long to die. This is not normal. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah, it feels both too slow and too rushed. It's very strange pacing. Well, everyone was playing chess. Norm's been playing checkers. You're not a gameplay person. I'm not a gameplay person. I'm intermediate. Okay, I like gameplay. Okay, I like Doom Eternal. I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty right now. Well, not the hardest. Pretty hard though. What? The Norns are weird too. They decide what fate will be, or they just tell you what will be probably happen based on your previous decisions. Yeah, I guess that's what Santa Monica was going for in Ragnarok, where they're not really that special. They can just like predict based on people's past actions, you know. I think I also turned off like the auto aim. Got it. Oh my god.
A bit slow.
Red Dead 2 for me is even less, more unplayable than Ragnarok is, just because of how big the fucking game is.
Oh, you're two at the same time. Sure, that's fair.
Got it. Now we're talking. Get back in. What the fuck? Fuck? What hit me? I guess I'm not supposed to hit him when he's down for some reason. I'm sorry guys, I have not been paying attention to the chat. This part has been very demanding gameplay wise. I apologize, but we're done though. We're done, okay? After playing Valhalla 200 times, maybe even more, I can say that the combat in Ragnarok is amazing when you dive deep and understands how to play like a pro. And when they added cancel animations with, I mean, they've always had cancel animations. It's always been like a God of War thing, right? So, yeah, Valhalla is another one that I want to play again. I really want to like replay that whole thing. I think at one point I was doing it on the hardest difficulty, but I kind of changed it. It became too difficult, but I want to do Valhalla again. Valhalla is still one of those things that's mind-blowing that it was free, man. I can't believe it. Have I played Doom the Goon Ages? I have, bro. I liked it. I'm not sure if I like it more than the previous Doom games, but I did like the game. Where do we go now? Just exit, right? That was weird.
Look, we're back in Midgard. There's the bridge. We did it. The tower's back where it belongs.
Now Tyr's travel room can take us to Jotunheim.
How did Tyr do this?
Odin suspected the giants secretly possessed some remnant of primordial Jotnar creative essence, the stuff all realms were made of. The Unity Stone must have been fashioned from that essence. To trust an outsider with it, even Tyr, tells you just how desperate they were.
Okay. What happened? Oh, I didn't even read the super chat. My bad, bro. What the fuck is wrong with me? Kratos' mindset about violence and war is depicted as being very childlike. In Ragnarok, he's constantly speaking about how war is bad, as if he doesn't understand what wars can be good as well. I think the thing with Kratos at that point is that he's very afraid of repeating the same mistakes of God of War 3, of what happened in God of War 3. So he's very much reluctant to go to war with the gods. That's why I don't think he necessarily thinks war is bad, right? I think that's what's happening with him, where he just doesn't want to repeat the same mistakes as God of War 3 Kratos did. You know, so that's why he's reluctant. But it is gonna be interesting. Look, that's kind of the issue that I think David Jaffe and a lot of people think when it comes to video game stories, right? I think it's Bruce Raitley, the guy who worked at Naughty Dog, said that, can we make a good story that does not revolve around shooting or killing people? You know, can we do a good engaging story with good engaging mechanics that doesn't involve like killing people, killing characters and stuff, right? And that's a good question, because the answer, like how we see it right now, is that it's impossible, you know? So when it comes to it, killing and going to war and stuff, usually it's like, it's the more fun things to do in games. So when you put like character development, when you attach character development to a game, it becomes problematic, because like you end up in a situation where the character doesn't want to do what's fun in gameplay, right? And that's why I kind of tend to prefer, I'm not gonna say prefer, but I admire stories like you find in Dark Souls or Lies of P, where there really are secondary. Like there is a story, there is an overarching story, right? But in terms of character growth itself, the protagonist doesn't really go much through it, you know? Lies of P is a little bit different though. Lies of P definitely has more of a narrative. But you get what I'm saying, like the story is secondary while the gameplay gets to shine, you know? And I think that's one way that Lulan Cursed Lands can be really fucking good. That's one way where Lulan the Cursed Lands can be really good, because it's not only being developed by Santa Monica and Platinum game developers. They also have people from Software, right? And if they're able to capture the magic of gameplay that old school God of War games had with the storytelling of From Software, where you know you get all of this like deep lore that you have to like look into and all that, while the gameplay remains like untouched, it's gonna be a really good game. It's gonna be really cool, and I'm gonna be making theories about it. So I hope that kind of answered your question. You know, I think Kuba, that works if the story is shorter, like Prince of Persia Trilogy. Two Thrones is the final game, and it makes sense why the Prince had to change. Yeah. David Jaffe's stuck in the past. The title of every video he makes starts with "I made God of War" or some variation of that. He portrays himself as edgy online and wants the story to be like him. I think. Look, right now he's in his content creator phase. And when it comes to it, you kind of have to use like your reputation like to sell yourself. And that's what he's doing. You can talk shit about him all you want, bro, but he was the director of God of War 1. And I know we talk about Corey being like also the father, and like to some extent it is, like a lot of people had a hand in it, you know? But David Jaffe is the one who created like the original vision of it. Like he's the one who's like, this is what the concept is, you know? So you might disagree with him, but he has in a way dibs. That's such an anticlimactic thing to say, but he's the one who really fathered the series, you know? He's the one who created it, right? Now an argument could be made that he's just disagreeing to like create like polarizing content that gets a lot more views or something. I don't know. I do think David Jaffe has like, is more of an old school gamer. I think like his preferred games are simpler in the sense that they're not necessarily open world games. They're just games that have cool mechanics that just have them in a linear game, right? So I can see why him and Corey disagree with a lot of things, right? Game development wise.
Benefit.
Very well.
Gonna sit back. If this Lulan game flops, I'll drink that. Game's gonna feel like a mouthful of sand to all of you hyping it up so much. We have to wait, man. We have to wait. It's the pedigree behind like the game itself, man. Like the people who are working on this, it's very exciting, man. It's Santa Monica, Platinum Games, and From Software.
This is it. Here we go.
They are the leading people in the industry right now.
hold on, wait a minute. This isn't going to work.
What?
There's no travel crystal. Tyr must have used his own eyes to refract the energy. It was his final failsafe.
You've got eyes like him, Mimir.
I've got an eye. One! Odin plucked out my other eye precisely to keep me from traveling. Sorry, lads. Thought that would work.
What did Odin do with your other eye?
He'd have kept it. Any of 100 places, I'm afraid.
We've come so far. There has to be a way.
Look, bit of a long shot. For years, I'd see Sindri, sometimes Brock, lurking around in that mountain when Odin came for his visits. Maybe they know something.
Brock and Sindri.
The problem is that he doesn't want it to evolve. Everything in God of War isn't punch, 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 kill things. Punch, punch, kill things is bad. Well, I think the argument he makes is that some characters do remain, to some extent, static. Like Spider-Man. Like, I think he makes a point of Spider-Man or Batman, where it's like they're always Spider-Man's always gonna be like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You know, he's just fighting crimes. You know, you don't want him to suddenly have a mortgage, and like that's not the story you're interested in, right? Same with Batman. You always want him to be the gruff, like I don't kill, but I break bones. Like you always want him to remain that, you know. And Curtis still has some of that, but he has changed a little bit, you know. And David Jaffe argues that he's changed too much, you know. That's his thing. One eye open while I'm sleeping. One eye. What happened to you? He makes videos shit talking the current God of War games. He doesn't make that many. Like, what are you talking about? It's only like when there's something new, right? Peter Parker is always down and sad. No, Spider-Man is not static. He goes through a lot. Yeah, but he always returns to what his main thing is, you know, which is like fighting crime and like that tension of like, I don't know how to handle, you know, being poor and like saving. Like it always comes back to that. It doesn't deviate too much from them, you know. It's a meme, Kuba. My bad, bro. I'm Unk Kuba, okay? I'm Unk Kuba.
Hey guys, question for you. Anyone know where we can find Mimir's other eye?
I don't kill, but hospital bills will. Exactly, man.
That's... I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, Odin asked me to... He wanted me to build a...
Sindri's so fucking extra, man.
He showed it to me, you see, and I... declined. Sorry, will you excuse me? Oh.
Well, that was useless.
You know, it was about that same time that Odin came around looking for me to build a statue with some sort of hidden compartment. Now, that not being a weapon and the Aesir being a bunch of pock-speckled cockers, I too saw fit to decline. But I know we got it built just the same.
What was the statue?
It's that one of Thor out there flashing his sack to the lake.
The statue that the serpent ate.
Sorry about that. Feeling much better.
How are we supposed to look inside the snake?
Inside? Oh no!
What? See how Mimir introduces Curtis and Atreus to go to Sindri. Remember Jormungandr told him to bring them...
Has to say about...
See how Mimir introduces Curtis and Atreus to go to Sindri. Remember Jormungandr told him to bring them to him again because another step awaits. Mimir knew they would talk to Jormi again. Yeah, it's also possible that they just, story-wise, they just needed to like say that. Yeah, go and talk to them. Like they know, you know. But I get what you're saying. Like the thing about another step awaits is that when they do go back in the script, Jormungandr's just like, I see, and that implies that he didn't know. It's like, oh, okay, I see. So it's like, what was the other step? You get what I'm saying? I get it. And when it comes to like, when we're going with the most likely answer, we do have to go with the fact that maybe Jormungandr did know that they would have to get the eye again, and it kind of makes sense for him to like keep it safe, you know. Hold on. I love Batman, and some enemies in Batman are right. How so? Nowadays, if you have a male character who's aggressive or stubborn, it's seen as toxic, but when a female character does it, it's the same. It's a strong character. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see with Wolverine, because that one seems to be still very much like the Wolverine we know from the comics. It doesn't seem very different, you know. He's a rich guy. He doesn't know what it means barely surviving and doing everything to survive in that chaotic world of Batman. Are you talking about the bills? Was like, yeah, I break bones. I don't kill, but they can pay for the hospital bills, right? That's what he can. Batman can pay them, but the people he's putting into the hospital definitely can. All right. Well, at that point, look. At that point, Batman does become kind of a burden to society, right? If we're talking about it being like US based, because it's the government the one who has to pay for the the medical bills of all of these criminals, right? That could be an interesting plot where the government is trying to kill Batman because like it's not good for business. Like he keeps putting like all of these villains into the medical system, and the government has to pay for them because like they're in prison, they don't have a job, they don't have insurance or anything like that. Batman makes sense in a universal healthcare system like in Canada, but not so much in the States if you really think about it, you know? In God of War 2, time travel is done via Sisters of Fate. How will it work in the Norse saga? I have no idea. I have no idea, because you're right, the Norse don't seem to have that power per se. Whoa. We've made it to the end, boys.
Is the statue lost to us?
He thinks it might still be in his stomach. And he's open to letting you roll into his mouth to look inside.
I messed up that line. I forgot the line, man.
Ew. Really?
By the by, he's not wild about it either.
Not really the government. There is the Court of Owls. But those are not the people who really run the... They're more like... Well, I mean, they're kind of like the Illuminati, right? The Court of Owls. I don't know much about Batman lore, if I'm being honest. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, who blew the horn? We just did, bro.
Letting the serpent swallow us?
You do not have to come.
Well, I'm not gonna miss this.
Statue. Let me level up, because I don't think I've done it. Oh god. Look at how much... Oh, you can't see, my camera's in the way. 38,000 points. That's a lot. Okay, come on. Is this the first time I'm opening the map? Is that why I'm getting the tutorial now? God damn it. Alright, let me just get all of them. Let's go ahead and get all of them. Well, they became survivors. Not everyone is good, just surviving like the Joker and Slade, etc. But you have to understand that in the world of Batman, being a normal person is impossible. It just became a Batman stream now. I should be able to maybe level up my blades. Let's see. Atreus says he used to dream about being eaten, and at this point it's obvious that it is a setup for the reveal that he's a giant and can see the future. Jeremy being a giant probably knew it too. Yeah, that one's something I remember mentioning that. I was like, yeah, that's probably him, like, dreaming about the fact that... Oh, yeah, that kind of brings it into, like, a point, like, if... Because he also dreams... Sorry. He also dreams about Thor. Wait a second. He dreams about Thor, and that becomes a future. And like him saying like, oh, I always dreamt about being eaten. So like you said, it's kind of like a little setup for him being a giant that he can see the future. So what does that say about Ragnarok's ending, where he is unconscious, and in a way he is kind of dreaming about Faye? You get what I'm going with this? You get what I'm going with this? What does it say about that?
For a favor?
Level up.
If I did him justice.
That's why I was having such a hard time in the getting the Unity Zone.
What'll it be, shorty? You again.
I have not been leveling up a lot at all in this game.
Always
That's
a
gonna be it.
pleasure. Now fuck.
Now let me level up my. Oh, I'm still not gonna have enough. That's it? Okay.
Right along.
Do you remember that the shrine with Jormungandr killing Thor? Yeah, that didn't happen during Ragnarok. Yeah, that's because like it changed, you know, prophecy changed. Imagine being a person who barely can close the mouth and some goons just destroying your home, stealing from you, and some weird shit. How else can you survive? No, oh, you're talking about Batman, so okay. If we see the again, what kind of powers do you think you'll have? Oh, definitely shapeshifting. I mean, like, we already saw that in Ragnarok, right? But I want that to take, like, more center stage mechanics-wise. That's why I think an open world Atreus game is gonna be, it would be really good. Just imagining, like, looking into that bird that I just turned into, just looking at it and just shifting into it. Like, just using the PlayStation 5, or in this case, PlayStation 6 power. That could be amazing, bro. Shapeshifting. I don't know how, like, his premonition powers are gonna play into it, though. I went the wrong way. God damn it. Let me go back. I could never play 2018 or Ragnarok like this. I love creating builds. I understand why. That's not your thing, though. Yeah, it really isn't. And I've even had the idea of, like, having, like, a members only, like, okay, tell me your builds and I'll play them. And making builds is something I just don't care for, man. I really don't. I find, like, one way that I like playing and I just kind of stick with it. And you might argue that is what...
This is a good idea.
That is what making a build is, like, just your favorite thing. But I just prefer it when it's, like, more streamlined. Like, there's just a couple of interesting mechanics and a couple of interesting enemies that
I've never been in
force you to use these mechanics in interesting ways. That's my favorite type of game design, you know? Hey, Amir, what's up, bro?
That sort of response at this point.
It's official, Kuba. Your chat has shifted to DC. It has, and I can't go with you. I can't go with you. I hope Atreus doesn't appear 10 years later with an 8-legged horse child. The implications of that would be terrifying. I kind of don't mind. Make it dark and gritty, bro, okay? Atreus has done some shit in these 10 years we haven't seen him. He banged a horse, okay?
I used to dream about
Hey, look, the thing about the horse is weird because there are murals that we can see Odin having the horse already, so... In a way, the horse has, like, another, like, background, like another story, origin story in the God of War universe. We just don't know it because we never got to see the horse. I cannot give my DC opinions. I'll get kicked from the channel. You can give them. I don't care, bro. I don't really like superheroes that much. Like, of course, I went through the MCU craze when it was really popular back in the day, but I never actually read the comics. So you can tell me that Batman stinks like poo-poo water, and I'm not gonna get maybe Flasher will, but I'm not gonna get offended.
There, the hammer.
Dock the boat here.
Exactly, Morris. It still would have been nice to see him, though. I always thought that would have been a really cool concept for a boss fight. The 4-legged horse. Not the 4-legged, the 8-legged horse.
I see something over there.
We're near the end, boys. Oh. You would love Zack Snyder's take on DC. It's very mythological, but that's all I'll say. I love his DC work. I watched the Snyder cut, and I definitely preferred it over the Josh Whedon cut, but... And I do remember kind of liking Man of Steel as well.
Any idea where Odin
And believe it or not, there were some aspects, I guess, that I liked
like
about...
I can still see through it.
Nah, that one was kind of crappy. I guess I did like the color scheme or like the tone of like Batman vs Superman. The movie itself was crap, you know, like the story was crap. But like you're right, I do like certain things about it. You know, I do like Man of Steel a little bit more. Wait, Batman vs Superman is my favorite movie of all times, but I'll ignore it. It has a very deep script. The one that's hated by everybody. You. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. Keep talking about DC. Why did you say that name? What name? What did I say? What did I say? Yeah, the one that's hated by everyone. I would have to watch it again, but I remember just also the pacing being really off as well. Among other things, I didn't like the depiction of Lex Luthor. Martha moment, most misunderstood moment in DC. Martha, even Blood was ready to say like, Martha! Make sure to watch his director's cut, Kuba. Oh, I didn't know there was a director's cut. I watched the theatrical cut, though. I remember thinking that was something. I'm like, is that a rune? Is that a rune inside Jormungandr? It's just a vein. Like, they just reused the same vein. Like they mirrored it. That has to be a rune. What is that? I did over-obsess a little bit too much with 2018. I will admit that. There was a time that I was seeing shit that didn't really exist, you know. Watch some memes. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. The memes... I feel old now when I watch certain, like, meme compilation videos. My wife and I both, Connery and I, are like, I don't get any of these, do you? And I'm like, it must be by a new, like, memer, I guess. Because her and I are at loss half the times. Like, they're so, like... We find them so dumb, but I guess that's part of the joke, you know?
You don't miss depth until it's gone.
Wait. I might have totally missed a stream or a video, but did you find anything interesting or new from the 20th anniversary books of God of War? I watched the unboxing video, but I didn't find anything else. You watched did you get the books yourself? There's a couple of interesting things, like nothing really interesting per se. We do get in one point in the Norse Saga 1 the like the original story Cordy was thinking about for 2018, that he would have killed Thor at the very beginning of the story, and then like the Aesir gods were gonna be chasing him, and he had to like get to Jotunheim with the kid, right?
Then we have all we need.
Finally, we're going to Jotunheim. There's no stopping us now.
Laddie, have you ever heard the term tempting fate?
Can you say poopy poopy? I made a pookie? Why? I have a policy of not saying things that people tell me to say, but I said it for you. Kuba, don't say that. Why? Why? What did I say? Hold on, I gotta Google this. I gotta Google this.
So how do we get back out?
Hold on.
We signal.
Hold on! What's going on? Well, that was mildly terrifying.
What is it? What does it
Our
mean?
presence is upsetting Jormungandr's belly.
No.
Meme? What am I looking for here? Wait. I'm not even rowing. Kratos is doing it for me. Are you okay, bro? You know what? He's gonna have to keep rowing, okay? I'm gonna stop it, actually. Hold on. The cousin that you call whenever drama happens, the cousin who's a goon and about that life, I'm about to call the Pookie, and then because it's about to go... What? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. What are you guys even smoking these days? Give me some of that, because it's good. It's gotta be good, okay? Oh, it's just... Oh! It's stick drift. That's why he was rowing so slowly. That makes sense. Okay. Let me get the chat again. Kuba, say the word. This is brain rot. That's what I'm talking about. It's brain rot humor. The humor of brain rot, I'm guessing, like, I'm seeing, like, they probably find this funny. They probably find this funny that I'm trying to understand what's so funny about it. It's the fact that it's not really funny. And what's the joke is that millennials and people who are older than them don't understand it. That's what they find funny. And I'm like, very deep humor, you guys. Very deep humor. It's not a reference to anything. It's just, this is what a metal pipe sounds like. Gong! And that's funny. But I think it's funny because it's not funny. Am I right in describing what makes brain rot humor funny? Is that it? Did I get it? You got the age of, wait, you got to the age of Googling memes? I did? I'm Gen Z and I hate the sense of humor that most of my generation has. It literally is brain rot, man. I don't quite get it either, bro, and I'm 22. That was actually funny, Kuba. Haha, gong. Yeah! To be... And I do think... Am I going in the right way? I kind of turned around, I think. Yeah, I am. It's weird because I feel like brain rot is a literal thing that happens because sometimes I do find really stupid shit funny. Like... The most recent one is the fuck, like that sound effect. I don't know why I find that funny, and I think it's something that's catching on now, you know. But I find that funny. Sometimes the most unfunny things are funny. Exactly, bro. Do I see the boom cat? No, I have not seen the boom cat. I don't know what that is. My armpit got suddenly really itchy.
Boy? Boy!
Please watch brain rot memes and try not to laugh. We might do it afterwards. We might do it afterwards.
I think I'm getting kind of used to this. What happened to him?
In nomine patri. That one I do find funny. That one I do find funny.
Something else. A dead giant. Why would the serpent leave us here?
That line. I don't get this line. Why is it important? Why is the game making a note of this? Why would the serpent leave us here? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Look! Freya. We can still trust her, right?
Until we know for certain, keep her distance.
The world's serpent. What's happened here?
We hoped you would know.
You are far from home.
I'm looking for my son. The two of you.
I will say, I think this is my favorite story moment in the Norse saga. Again, I've said this before, but it's like when all of these like characters, like their arcs come together. And it's so impactful, man. So forgive me if I don't look at the chat now, because whenever the ending comes, I'm just mesmerized by it. Like, it's so well written. Like, it's so
Help me
good.
see things more clearly.
You do not know where he is then?
No. But the woods and fields speak his name. I know he walks here in Midgard.
When did you see him last?
Long ago. Before you were even born. Why are you standing so far from me? What's wrong? Something's happened.
There!
I had a feeling that hurting
The big snake
would bring the two of you out in the open. Do you have any idea at all, what you have cost me?
My boy.
Mother.
I'm here. Don't run away.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere, Mother.
I know that you're still angry. I know that how you feel hasn't changed, but I want you...
How I feel? How I feel?
I've always noticed that, man, Freya should have chosen like her words better. You can't, feel is a trigger word for Baldur, man. You can't be saying that around them. Look what you did. Look what you did. Like, you triggered him, okay?
I've spent the last 100 years dreaming of this moment. I rehearsed everything I ever wanted to say to you, every word, to make you understand exactly what you stole from me. But now, I realize I don't need you to understand anything. I don't need you at all.
No, back off, Kratos. This has nothing to do...
This path you walk, vengeance, you will find no peace. I know.
You... I'll deal with you later. But family first.
This again?
This again?
I'll read the chat for a bit because I'm gonna be like glued to this fucking thing. Yeah, bro, this is the best part of the game. I love this part, man. It is so good. The music, the acting, the story just comes together, man. It is perfection. This is one of the sections that you can use to argue for like this type of like super like deep storytelling. When it works, man. When it works, it works. Hey, Verveal 815, what's up, man? Welcome to the Spartans. Appreciate it, bro. Kratos is seeing himself in Baldur in this sequence. It's even more interesting. Like this whole section, I think it's really meant to resemble the intro of God of War 2 with Zeus. Like how Freya lands, like how she comes in within her is it an eagle? Her bird form, okay? Like she comes in. It's very similar to how Zeus comes. And what is the first thing Atreus asks? Do we trust her? And Kratos might be thinking of like, this has happened before. We don't trust Zeus. This has happened before. And then like at the end, it's like the cycle ends here, similar as in the ending of the intro of God of War 2. It's meant to mirror God of War 2, I think, and it's done with such expertise, man. I love Corey, man. He's gotta direct the next game. You gotta give it to him, man. Thanks, Verveal. Appreciate it, bro. I think Jormungandr left him there because it's where Baldur was, and they had to fulfill the prophecy of Fimbulwinter by killing him. I think it has to do with Thamur. It has to do because like you're right, I agree with you. Like they have to fulfill the prophecy of Thamur, but I think Jormungandr saw that the only way they could have done is if Freya was also involved in the fight somehow, and she could only do that by fighting through Thamur, right? So they had to be dropped near Thamur so Freya could use him, right? But anyway, let's keep going.
No, I can reach him. You have to stop fighting. Listen to me, both of you! I won't hurt you, but you must stop this! I said stop!
Frost! This whole part, man, this amazing. I love this ending so much. I personally like this part even more than the Jotunheim ending, and even like the Thor reveal. Like this is it, man. Like this is just perfection, man.
You might want to turn away.
Yeah, and Thamur and the Colossus. I just noticed that. I didn't even make that connection as well. You're right, bro.
Wait, boy. This won't be pretty.
I won't let you hurt him.
No, boy.
Fine.
Stop! No! Atreus! You're bleeding.
It's
Breathe, boy. Breathe!
perfect writing, man. Like, it's just perfection. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just this section here. That's what I'm talking about. We talk about getting the Blades moment, and it's really impactful, but man, like, this whole sequence here, like how it combines story with gameplay, music, acting. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 part, man.
What is
Maybe he did that because he was hungry and wanted an excuse to eat Thamur.
I can feel this.
You want a little snack? Which is kind of messed up because it's kind of cannibalism to his own kind. The Jormungandr is a giant and so is Thamur, so it's like, I'm just gonna eat the dead body of one of my fellow giants, you know?
I can feel everything.
He's vulnerable now?
You will not do this!
What's going on? Is Freya trying to kill us?
No. Do you hear the wind? We are moving.
That air.
This is something, I don't mean to trash talk Ragnarok, I really don't, but this is something that Ragnarok was missing in its ending as well. Like the scale, like bro, the fact that there's a giant involved in this fight, it's so God of War, you know? But it doesn't betray like the new vision as well, like it still follows very much the story, right? Well, the God of War Ragnarok boss fights at the end, like they're good, like mechanically speaking, I find them really good, both Odin and Thor, right? But they're just very plain, they're just like in a little arena, you know, they feel very small, once again, you know? Corey gets it, man. Corey gets it, bro.
Thunder Punch the mistletoe?
In the quiver strap, yes. Mistletoe harmed him.
Well, he
Freya
is a
said it
god,
was
Amir, okay?
He's more than harmed. The spell is
He's the
broken.
son of Kratos
He
too,
can
bro.
be killed.
I'm certain of it. It's all coming back now.
Now he remembers.
Hold on. Fun fact, when Freya uses her plans on Odin in the boss fight, you use this on your own son too, effectively because he knows for a fact that she did this
Stay out of it! I can
just things to
reason
get
with
under
him.
her skin. Yeah, I do remember that part. That was kind of a
He
cool
means
line.
to kill you.
You can't stop me! No one can!
Where is he?
I don't care if he kills me. I will protect him. I will not let him die.
How touching. This will all be over soon.
There!
Bonk.
You will stop this now.
Oh, outstanding! Incredible!
Take your son and go. I can't let you get hurt.
Let me read the chat for a bit. Corey's that guy, man. He really is. I feel exactly the same about that, and I think the one cut camera holds back Ragnarok tremendously. Kuba, do you think the future God of War game will have a different gameplay style again? Like the shift from Greek to Norse, or will it be the same as the Norse games? I think it'll be a more natural, it'll be a more natural transition. A lot of things will be similar. I really think the next game is gonna be an open world game, man. I have this really strong feeling that that's what Corey's gonna do. Because look, Ragnarok already is pretty much an open world game if you really think about it.
You can hold me! Weak mother! Mother!
Come on. He's his son right now, but he's getting punched full force by a grown-ass man at the ripe age of 10, bro. Plot armor, bro. That's how he survives the punch. I like how you said at the ripe age of 10. He's a 10-year-old god, though. What can I say, man? That's how he makes it. Again, I do think some things you just kind of like to don't worry about that too much, you know? Corey gets it, bro. Corey gets it. And I do think Eric Williams does gets it as well, but again, it's just a lot of things that just were working against his favor in Ragnarok, you know. I really don't hate Eric Williams, man. I don't, man. Like I think people tend to think that, but I don't. Oh, the blades look so tiny from this angle, you know. I need more linear game. Thank God for Luland. I'm excited for Luland, man. I really am, bro. Do you think Kratos walked away from his fight? The Norse gods would leave Kratos alone?
Atreus.
I don't know.
Atreus.
I'm up here. I'm okay.
I don't know. I mean, in a way, I think so.
I'm doing
Well, I don't know.
wonderful.
I think given what we know about Odin, he would still like want to make sure that he's not a problem. Mimir says it himself. Even if he foresees that you might be a problem, he's gonna do something about it, right? So he would still do something about him, I think. Get the axe. Get the axe. What's interesting? Do you think a future God of War game will have a different gameplay style? Okay, that's right, Dad. Okay. Because I always found the Darksiders franchise were doing... Every Darksiders game's gameplay is different, and I absolutely love it. I don't like that too much about the Darksiders series, man. That's one of the things that I don't like. It just changes too much, you know? Darksiders 1 is a hack and slasher. Darksiders 2 is an open world. Still hack and slasher, but an open world. Darksiders 3 is like a Souls-like. Then the Genesis is like an isometric one. It's like, bro, make up your mind, you know? I don't mind changing the formula every once in a while. But I think some games do it a lot. Darksiders isn't one of them, in my opinion. This is exactly what happened. I mean, Kratos went to Odin's house. Got him.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, Zerg was robbed off of his creativity due to a lot of things happening with Ragnarok. I think even with that, he did a great job. I honestly would like it if the rumors are true. Well, I mean, the rumors do say that it's not even going to be Santa Monica working on it, right? But if they were to be the ones who are making the Metroidvania game, I would love it. I would love it for Eric to be the one who makes it, just because I think he really gets the genre. His favorite game is Symphony of the Night. I think he would do a really good job, you know, and he wouldn't have this pressure of having to deliver on the ending that was started by another director. You know, like if he were given the Metroidvania game, I think it would do really well.
Up him!
Please! There has been enough pain!
Shut
No!
Curtis is such a bad parent sometimes. Like, he totally encouraged his son to just jump, just like he did.
Before you die, I want to thank you. Both of you. You've done what even the All-Father himself could not. I've never felt more alive. Ironic, isn't it? What?
What?
Why won't you die?
It's such a good ending, man. I haven't been even paying attention to the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize, man. Is it ever explained how Boulder became insane was due to the lack of feeling anything? I think so. I think it's kind of not hinted at, it's implied that that's what did it. Like, he was robbed of his senses. Like, that'll drive you insane. Ah, shit, wasted it. Damn it. Got him. I love pairing Balder's superhuman punch with Superman punch with the shield. It's so satisfying. It really is, man. Oh, hey, Dubs, how you doing, man? Oh, crap. What up? Yeah, okay. There's also the sound effect, the gonk. P.S. Gunner, what's up, bro? Welcome to the Spartans, man. So you finally joined. Good to have you here, man.
Boy,
Who do you think dies at the end?
well done, boy.
Oh.
Come on! Do it! Do it!
Stop.
Blood says, "Oh no, he's followed you here, Blood.
Father.
P.S. Gunner has followed you here." Vader, what's up, man? I'm getting all the members now. What's up, you guys? Welcome.
Touch her.
I don't need your protection.
Just can't help yourself. Can you, Mother? No matter what I do or say, you won't.
I like it, Gohan. I really like Silksong, man. It's definitely one of my top games of the year. I haven't finished it though, almost. I'm at the end, actually.
I've made mistakes. I know. But you're free now. You have what you want.
What are you talking about, Morse? That's why the rope Kratos uses to hold Mimir was already there around his neck in Luna's workshop. Hold on, let me see. Another thing about Mimir's tattoos, the art book says Odin enchanted his lips so he couldn't lie to... to lie to him. Odin knew Mimir was telling the truth about not working with giants and still kept him there. That's a good point. He kept him there because he saw the mural and saw Mimir there. What mural? Ah! That Atreus would need to go to Jotunheim with, and Odin was using Atreus to reach Jotunheim.
Try to find forgiveness. We can build something new.
Hold on, your friend.
No. We can't. Because I will never forgive. You still need to pay for the lifetime that you stole from me.
I have paid. I have paid. But if that alone will make you whole, if seeing me dead will make things right, I won't stop you.
I know.
What? No, Father!
I love
Here comes my favorite line in the series. Honestly, one of my favorite moments.
Why do you even care? You could have walked away.
The cycle ends here. Must be better than this.
Damn! Goosebumps. I still get goosebumps with this moment.
no,
His final words.
my boy.
Snow.
My dear sweet boy.
God damn it. Such a good ending, man.
Freya. He chose this.
I will rain down every agony, every violation imaginable upon you. I will parade your cold body from every corner of every realm and feed your soul to the vilest filth in hell. That is my promise.
He saved your life.
He robbed me of everything. Everything.
It's such a real performance too, man. I don't know, it's just so good, bro.
You were just an animal. Passing on your cruelty and rage, you will never change.
And you do not know me.
I know enough. Does he?
Boy. Listen close. I'm from a land called Sparta. I made a deal with a god that cost me my soul. I killed many who were deserving.
And many who were not.
And many who were not. I killed my father.
That was your father in hell. Is this what it is to be a god? Is this how it always ends? Sons killing their mothers? Their fathers?
No. We will be the gods we choose to be. Not those who have been. Who I was is not who you'll be. We must be better.
Absolute cinema. That's all I have to say. It's such a good scene, man. Such a good ending.
Guess we're the bad guys now.
In her eyes, yes.
They nailed this ending,
but she
man.
could never make that choice.
Corey knew which actors and actresses to pick. Of course, man. Of course. Okay, but Lunda's workshop note says that an Asgardian rope enchanted for delivery. Odin prepared everything, even the rope for Kratos to carry Mimir around. Ah! I see what you're saying. That's cool, though. Is it said somewhere what Freya did with Baldur's body? No, I don't believe so. That could be an interesting, like, thing that they could come back to, right? I don't know, like, in what capacity in the story, like, we would need to go to Baldur's grave, you know?
The death of a child is not something a parent gets over easily.
But he was gonna kill her.
She would have died to see him live. Only a parent can understand.
So you'd let me kill you?
If it meant you would live.
That's honestly, like, that you mentioned the whole, like, what she did with, like, Baldur's body. That's honestly would have been a cool thing that they could do, like, in the open world, in the more open world aspect of God of War Ragnarok, where you could actually find, like, a shrine or something, like, completely optional in the open world. A shrine that Freya, you know, created for Baldur. Like, that would have been really nice.
Time lads. She'll come around.
Back to tears.
Maybe they have something planned for him, I don't know. And that's why they didn't want to, like, write themselves into a corner. I don't know. I don't want to think too much about that. Also, her carrying Baldur that way is reminiscent of a painting they used the same image in the ending of Arkham City. Which painting?
Lies, I'm sure.
Why did mistletoe break the spell?
Vanir magic is powerful, but its rules are slippery and elusive. I'm sure it makes sense if you're a witch. Oh, but it's also bloody tragic. Baldur was the greatest gift Odin granted Freya. The one thing she treasured from their marriage. She only hoped to spare him pain and spare herself loss. But such impulses can lead good parents to make terribly stupid decisions.
Can you read my comment? I know there's a lot, so you don't have time. Can you just, like, retype it again? Because, yeah, I don't know exactly which one you mean. So there's a lot of people here in the chat now, so if you don't mind, can you just retype it?
I can't believe Odin and Freya.
I think PS Gunnar is right in suggesting Cain and Abel, but I don't remember. Oh, the painting?
For instance, Odin hates the giants and they him. But Thor's own mother was the giantess Fjorgun, one of Odin's great loves.
So Thor's half god and half giant? Weird.
Once Fjorgun was gone, lonely ages passed for Odin. And as war with the Vanir raged, I could see what he really wanted beneath his...
Yeah, it's not necessarily redundant, it's just they just overuse it too much in Ragnarok, you know? Like...
And after no small amount of convincing, Freya agreed.
They in a way like retold the story again in Ragnarok. They use like the same theme, right? And it's like
happy. He seemed interested.
I guess it would have been better to just stick with like the letting go theme, you know.
So many wishes I can scarcely recall.
But yeah, you're right. Like the whole like we must be better thing. It kind of got old again. And I'm really hoping that they kind of leave that behind now and in the next mainline game.
And she taught him some of her Vanir magic. Another choice you would live to bitterly regret.
Yeah, what's can enable? They can enable painting. We'll look it up. We'll look it up. Can enable painting. I don't know if that's it. All of the ones I'm getting is Cain beating the crap out of Abel. I don't even know what you guys are talking about anymore. Let's see. Hold on. For how long do you think Kratos was serving Ares? I think it was like around the year. I don't think it's ever said, so I can't really comment on that. I think it was definitely more than years. Like it had to be long enough for him to go deep into madness, just kind of like serving the god of war, you know. I don't think a year would have done it. It was a little bit more. I guess you can compare the cutscenes and see what I was talking about with parallels if you have time. What cutscenes? What are you talking about? Wait, can enable Arkham City. Oh, can enable Arkham City. Okay, can enable... Ah! I see. I don't know if that was itself like a reference to the game, right? Can I just... There it is. You guys can see it there. That's the one. It does look similar. But I don't think like that was a reference in itself to Arkham City, or maybe it was. Maybe they're fans of Arkham. I don't know. Arkham City is a really good game. Eric said he wanted Kratos to come to Odin's house, just like the Aesir came to Kratos' house to parallel. The entire idea was to parallel 2018. There's loads of visual parallels to Baldur in the Odin fight too. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Gotta get to Jotunheim though. I don't remember who killed, but it's one of the brothers holding the other in his arms. It has to be the one who kills the brother is Cain, right? Cain kills Abel, so.
Here we go. I can't believe
Have I been to OK Buddy Mimir? No, I don't know what that is. We'll definitely watch the Ali Filmworks God of War 1 remake video. Don't worry, that's we have that on the list. After we finish the game, we'll do that. Okay. The can enable painting in Arkham is foreshadowing for the ending of that game. I'm gonna have to like revisit. Where is it? Always go the other way. I think it was right there actually. Idiot. Here we go. Yeah, I haven't read the Bible yet, so I wouldn't know off the top of my head. It's Abel. I mean, Cain is the one who kills Abel.
Get ready.
Oh, right. Got him. Let's hope this doesn't cause you to explode or anything.
Oh, hadn't considered that. Maybe we should talk about this a bit more.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, that's unpleasant!
Now, boy. We must be close.
Well, what are we waiting for? Think it's far?
We will see.
A word, please, before we continue. Listen, the last thing you two need up there's a decomposing heat ruining the moment. Why don't I wait for you here? This is between you and the boy.
True. But if someone were to
My
fight...
lady sips soft, perfect sloshers. You done did it.
Sorry. We had to see this.
Oh, no. No, 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 no. Ah, fine, damn it. Fine.
Watch the head till we return.
I can do this. No, I can't. Oh.
Okay.
Ready. Come.
I always found it kind of weird. That Mimir didn't want to go to Jotunheim. It was just me. It was like, I understand the whole thing, like, oh, you don't want a decomposing head ruining the moment. But I always thought there was more to that as well. When Brock sees the blades and says, "Sweet Nana's nethers," Nana is Baldur's wife and Forseti's mother. Nana is canon in the games. Yeah, I know, yeah. So she, well, at least she exists in the God of War universe, you know. Lady Sif's prefix sloshes things what he says. I think he meant for her behind. We all liked it, by the way. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I always thought there was something to it. Like, and there was more to it also than just like the measurements thing. There was something else that Mimir just didn't want to go to Jotunheim. Again, Mimir knows something that he doesn't tell Kratos and Atreus. What is that? What is that? Huh? I started playing Evil West yesterday and it's good. Wait, and God, it's fucking amazing. If you kind of like Doom-like gameplay, you should give it a try. It's not exactly like Doom, but kind of similar. Evil West is, it's the, it's funny because I get what you're saying, that it's Doom-like in the sense that it has a lot of like, it's not really RPG, but it's like, it's got a lot of tools, like a flamethrower. I played a little bit of it, and what's cool about it is that it's almost like a much faster paced modern God of War, like the same type of camera, but the combat in a way resembles the older God of War games more.
We're on the giant's fingers.
I never finished it though, but I did like.
I can see the highest peak ahead. Right over there. We did it.
No, I don't think it's anything more, to be honest. There are multiple times where Mimir doesn't join them in Ragnarok 2. I think it was personal. What's one in Ragnarok though?
What are you doing?
I have nothing more to hide.
Can we go now? We're so close.
Boy. Carry her.
We got a Red Dead 1 PS5 version before God of War Classic Collection. Bro, we got Red Dead 1 on mobile before a God of War Collection. What are you talking about?
Boy.
It's nothing.
It would have been
I
nice
just
if they
thought I'd hear
addressed in the game, in
voices by
fact,
now.
that his wound never healed until this specific moment. What wound do you got? What are you talking about? His arm? His arms, like the blades wounds? They're still there, like it's scars, right?
Hello?
What are you talking about?
Anybody here?
We got Cookie Clicker before God of War Classic Collection. What is a Cookie Clicker? What do you mean?
Odin and Thor, ruining everything for everybody.
happened now?
The Giants came back home so they could survive. But I'm not sure they did. Huh. Who's the Guardian?
This is the one I wanted to read. Hold on. We foresee Midgard's fate overrun a second hell. Neither Odin nor his dead may reach Jotunheim. The ways must be shot. The serpent and the guardian remain. They alone shall keep our hope. When doom befalls the indestructible, only then shall the guardian return. Until then, we await a better world, one without fear, without greed, without war. We wait for deliverance and justice. We wait for a champion. We will wait for word that gods grow good. Hope that world gets here soon. There we go. What do they have, a wall full of writing dedicated to the worst enemies? It's just detailing like what they did, like their history and stuff, because it is important, you know. You literally just click on this cookie and make money and make more cookies to make more money and so on. What are you talking about? What game is this? Hey, Layden, what's up, man? Welcome, bro.
I should feel them, but
shit.
I don't. This place is dead.
I really gotta change. Give me a sec, guys. I gotta.
Why'd Mom send us here?
I gotta go and put the clothes in the dryer again.
More
Like,
takes
they're still
place.
wet. Hold on. Okay. It only makes sense that they're making remakes of the Greek saga. That's why they aren't porting the original ones. That's what I mean. Like, there's a reason why they haven't done it already on PlayStation Plus. It's very unjust, if you ask me. So they have to be working on something that they don't want. They don't want the remasters to undermine it, you know.
Wait! Father! Something's
No, I
happening.
get that I get that you're fan, but I just hope that that's not a thing that continues. Like, it just kind of gets boring, just constantly hearing Kratos how much he needs to be better. I get it, bro. You did it. You are better now. Keep working at it, but do it silently, you know?
It's your axe. It's Muller. Look. She's arguing with a bunch of giants. She knew giants? That's us. The first time we met the world serpent. But how? And our fight with Baldur. But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen. The dragon in the mountain, the stone mason, all these drawings. This is our story.
No. This is your story.
But what does it all mean?
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
You didn't know. She was a giant. I'm a giant. Why didn't she tell us?
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons. Baldur was never sent to find me. He was tracking her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
You just noticed that, Norse?
If she had a plan
That
for
is
us,
that is her theme, yeah.
I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet. Come on. We're so close to the end now.
Yes. Yes, we are.
What did Michael say? Hold on. They will make him into a pussy if he keeps apologizing. He says, you don't want to see that constantly in a game, you know. In fact, to say the Guardian remain proves that the Guardian is Faye, not Atreus. They fled to Jotunheim 113 years ago. I'm sure Atreus isn't that old. Oh no, he isn't. He isn't. But then again, like, she never returned though. Like, the prophecy in a way was wrong, because why are they fucking dead? Why are they all dead? And what's interesting is that Faye is the one who destroyed the mural, right? So that could have only happened if the giants were already dead. Like, she came in and just vandalized the whole place. The giants were already dead. Which, it just adds another wrinkle to this whole mystery thing, you know?
Look.
She did return as ashes.
She was here.
Good point.
She saw every
Good
step
point.
we took before we took it. Like she was always with us. Watching over us. Leading us home. Let's finish it.
Let's finish it. The same lore marker says that she would return when the Lord of the Boulder died. Where is it? Codex, where the fuck would that be? I think you're right, yeah, it does say that. Not a scroll. I think it does have to be the wall right next to these. Yeah, I think you're right. Don't worry about it. You're right. Oh, Landine? Landine? This is Landin, right? Sorry, bro, I'm sorry. Did Ragnarok also say that the blood on giants is something they painted to trick Odin and Thor? I don't think so. Landin, okay.
Father.
No. We do it together. Son.
Yeah, but the whole point is that she returned, but she couldn't advise them of a better world, though. And it also does mention the champion. Which, in Ragnarok, turns out to be Kratos all along. Yeah, I'll watch it now, Landon. Don't worry, I'll do it.
Goodbye, Faye.
I love you, Mom. The giants. They really are all gone. There's nothing for us here.
Come.
So, I get that Mother was a giant. Which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Right. I guess there's just one thing I don't understand. My name on the wall. The giants called me... Loki?
Loki. That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
But why?
A question for another day. Let us go home.
Loki? That's a plot twist? What? You're joking, right? The giants' bodies are in Jotunheim because they whispered their souls into those marbles using the soul magic. Isn't that explained by Angrboda and Ragnarok? What I'm trying to argue is that it doesn't seem like that was the case originally. Question is, because what's up with all the blood? What's up with all the blood? What's up with this one holding a hammer as if there was a fight? Look, more blood. That's the interesting detail, in my opinion. That it honestly seems like there was a fight here of some kind. All of it seems to indicate that. Like, they're all wearing chainmail. I don't know if you realize that. It's just interesting. I don't know. We'll never know for sure. Yeah, they painted this to trick Odin. They painted it to trick Odin. Ragnarok already happened, and Odin won and changed his fate somehow. I have to look into that as well. I don't know when I'll make that video, or if I'll even make that video. Okay, there's a lot of things that I have to cover in the channel first, and I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to do that. Maybe the giants were just sleepy. Yeah, and they fell head first on the rock, and they bled all over the place. You know. With Angrboda and Atreus, it was a lot more Disney and kid-friendly in Ragnarok. Too many kids, man. Too many kids. It was a necessary part of the story, but I'm glad we're done with it, you know? Gotta give it more mustard!
Is this what she wanted us to see? Did she want us to tell the people, or keep it a secret?
I do not know.
Make the Norse Saga video first. Oh, the one I've been teasing before?
to decide that.
Oh.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Why'd you want to name me Atreus?
It makes sense because the serpent in the lake has been through Ragnarok already, so it happened in some way. That's the thing that kind of makes it confusing, the whole like time dilation thing aspect as well. It makes it really confusing as well. So
our lives were disciplined.
There's stuff here, man. There's stuff here. In a way, I kind of, much like Ragnarok, I have to let it go, bro. I mean, much with the themes of Ragnarok, I have to let it go because we'll never really get full answers about these things.
But Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times. He was happy. He inspired us to hope that though we were machines...
For Atreus game, it would be great to bring back the giants and then they just have to haywire destroying everything and fighting each other. And Atreus is diplomat trying to calm shit down. Who says we will never get full answers about it? No, because like Ragnarok already spoke about it though. They already said why they're there. Like it was a way to trick Odin, right?
His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow, you actually told a good story. And we missed it.
But maybe the future came. Maybe the future he came from was different from the one we see in Ragnarok. Oof. Then we get into like, in a way, different timelines, and it can just get really messy as well. Anything is possible, man. But look, there's a part of me that in a way just wants them to move forward with it, you know? Be better in a way. That's exactly my point. Some of these things have an answer. It doesn't matter if it got changed, if it's the narrative and it's consistent. It's possible they will get retconned, you know, again, a third time.
And what would Loki do?
Yeah, it's going good, Laden. How's yours, man? How's yours, man?
That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
I'm worried they will make Atreus into a Nathan Drake character. I'm worried too, man. They already did it with Freyr a little bit. I don't want that repeated, you know? But I'm sure he'll never be as, like...
Lads, am I glad to see you?
Tonally speaking, the same as Kratos.
What happened, Mimir?
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then
his eyes are
proceeded to
glitching
bicker
out.
about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
Freyr is the only part of Ragnarok I can see they didn't do him justice. His death also felt cheap. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But anyway. No, Len, we'll watch it after we finish 2018. We're almost done. We just gotta get home and watch the the Thor cutscene, and then we'll call it a day. But we'll watch. We'll watch the video. Is what I'm saying. I've been waiting for that video for a while.
To Midgard, I should warn you. More time has passed than you likely realize. The snowfall that began when you slew Balder has become something else. The stuff of omens.
Omens for the coming of winter.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers. And when it's done, Ragnarok begins.
Ragnarok. From snow.
Aye, snow. Lots more snow. And then the end of the bloody world. In that approximate...
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for a...
I'm telling you, it's Fimbulwinter. I can feel it in my scrote. This is the big one.
Stop saying that. Oh, you're making me very nervous. It was bound to snow sooner or later.
That ain't just snow, and you know it. It's the end times.
How dare you make me the voice of reason?
Guys,
Just discussing the weather. Bit of a cold snap lately.
What he means is, Fimbulwinter's upon us, boys. The winter to end all winters. I can feel it in my scrote.
yeah. we heard.
So if you're heading home, try to keep moving, and also to not die.
Or if you're not heading home, same advice.
Let's go. You guys ready for the ending? Simon Pegg as Mimir would have been goated casting for the live action. I don't know who that is. Where's home? Home. There we go. I love the OG God of War game so much. I installed the remastered texture pack mod for God of War 1 and 2, Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. It's called Definitive Edition. I know I tweaked it a little bit like on my computer as well, like the game I have. It already looks better. I don't like changing it too much because like it kind of messes up with the original like art design, like the art direction. So I don't want to change it too much. But I would love it if Santa Monica or someone else were to remaster it officially, you know.
He adds it to his collection. Helps him style himself as all-seeing and all-knowing. But of course, the idea is control. Control of the future, control of his fate. He'd control every realm of every land in every world if he could. Every potential pocket of resistance he seeks to eliminate. Even if you've never posed a threat before, he may think one day you might. So you see, it's not important how he knew before you did. It's important that he was right.
Let's go. Who are you? I have mead. That was such a... Wait, where the hell did I go? Oh my god, I went to the wrong place. I went to Freya's home. Hey, Amir, thank you so much, bro. So I just thought of a theory. What if Kratos did die, like the mural said, and Atreus grew up in Asgard with Odin and continue in the next super chat? Oh, thanks, man. You could have just said it here. Home. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I'll read the next super chat so I don't before we open the thing.
Amir, what else did the serpent tell you when you spoke? Kinda sounded important.
I'm sure it's nothing. He just said the boy seemed familiar to him.
Me? That's impossible.
Oh, I quite agree. Unless, perhaps, he refers to something yet to be. It is said that when Jormungandr and Thor battle at Ragnarok, their clash so violently shakes the Tree of Life that it splinters, casting the serpent backward through time, even before his own birth.
What?
That is madness.
Well, I did say not to concern yourself.
Thanks again, Amir. Appreciate it, man. But then adult Atreus found a way and returned to past to blow the horn like you theorized, and by blowing the horn, he alters the timeline, resulting in Kratos and Atreus winning Raggi. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, time travel was definitely going to play a much bigger role. Another one, again, it's because I look at lore and legends, and Atreus does say that he keeps dreaming about the light of Alfheim, right? And I wonder if in the original story, what would have happened is that Kratos would have died at the beginning of the game, like in the mural, right?
Hey.
And then Atreus somehow goes to the light of Alfheim, okay, and is able to get Faye out. I don't know if this would happen because the name God of War in that game would not make a lot of sense because Kratos wouldn't really be much of a part of it, right? And then you get to play as Faye with the axe and Atreus, right? And you get to experience that story from their perspective. and they're the ones who actually go back and blow the horn, and like you said, kind of get Kratos back. Like, it would have to be tweaked, of course, but something like that, you know? But I was thinking of that, because I keep wondering now, like, what is up with the dreams Atreus has about the Light of Alfheim? What were they gonna do with that? Nothing came of that, you know? I still think the original intention was for Thor to be there to fight Kratos without saying a word in the end and not invite himself in the house. It's hard to say. I can't say, you know? I can't. That is madness. Bro, Kratos does something even more extreme in God of War 2. I know, bro. I know. That's kind of a weird, like, that is madness. You've done something similar, my boy. Exactly, Blood. Exactly, man.
We're finally home. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Bit drafty, maybe. It's a right improvement over
In
having
Corey
tea
we
back
trust.
in the
Exactly,
Arcata.
bro. It's gotta come back, man. It's gotta come back. But I'm not blind to it. I do know that I'm sure like there are things that
I'm
are
gonna
complete
sleep through
retcons
winter.
now that are completely gone. Let's go. We've made it to the end, boys.
This'll do.
Sleep.
Way ahead of you.
Your axe. Your bow.
I mean the ball. Your axe. This fucking game, bro. It's no wonder that it spawned so many theories out of this channel, man. It is thanks to it, man. You can't argue against it. It's insane, like the amount of like setups that they had. Like such a good ending. All right.
Atreus, are you ready?
Yeah, but I had the weirdest dream. Fimbulwinter was ending, and Thor came for us. Here at the house.
It was only a dream.
But it felt different. It felt real. It felt like the future.
Then we will worry about it tomorrow. Today, there are still things we can do. Come.
Anyway. Also the thing looks so much better here. How so? Plot twist, Corey himself blew the horn. Me personally, I prefer to play on classic controls when I play God of War 4 and in Ragnarok. Oh, I don't, man. I think these games are meant to be played with R1 and R2 as well. Like I feel like I've never actually tried it, you know? We can let me see. I've never actually done it. So what the hell am I talking about? Let me see. Let me see. How do I change that? I don't even know how to change it. Settings. Gameplay? Combat default. Yeah, this one, classic. How do you call it back? How do you call the axe back? R1. Look, I'm sure I would get used to it. Bro, this feels like an abomination to play with. I can't do it, man. Oh no. No. Let me change it before I forget. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm gonna change it. I do not like that one bit. I've gotten used to playing like this, but I'm sorry. To me, this is like how these games are meant to be played. Like it makes sense now. Maybe not. I don't know. Try with the blades. Oh, that's a good point. Hold on, let me try the blades. That's a good point because that's similar then to the previous games in combat. I mean, not gonna lie, the blades are a little bit different because, like, yeah, okay, I can see the movements in a sense. Oh yeah, okay, wait. Square, square, triangle, baby. No, Thor definitely looks better in Ragnarok. The graphics quality is higher. Oh, I see. Like, you guys were comparing it with the Ragnarok one, right? It'll seem better in 2018. Trust me. I think it's because it's more muted in Ragnarok. Like, it's more gray. But I'm kind of with you, Kim. The graphics are a lot better in Ragnarok. You know, like you can't argue with that. This is an abomination still. All right, guys. I gotta go pee real quick, and then we can go and watch the remake of God of War 1 by Ali Filmworks. So give me a sec. We're back, boys. Let me get the audio here. Oh god, you scared me, Mike. Let me get the thing going on. Hold on. But how are you guys with the revisit of God of War 2018? I honestly want to get more into the habit of replaying these games as well. I know they're really hard to replay because they're so long and like the pacing sometimes can be really slow. But I need to get back into the habit of playing them again. Ali film. Yeah, there we go.
I am.
Okay, chill. Hold on. We'll get there eventually, okay? Let me read the chat for a little bit. 2018 Thor was shown like a darker, mysterious version. Ragnarok had him shown as a sad, drunk fellow. We're getting into the whole thing of like, were you happy with Ragnarok or not conversation. And in a way, I kind of don't want to play Ragnarok on stream because I think it's going to be nothing but that. I don't want that to be the only conversations we have, you know, for God of War Ragnarok. But Kuba, you need to do a chronological playthrough of the God of War series. That'd be interesting. I mean, I would have to get them on the computer. I'm not sure how to play the PSP games, you know. But I would be down for that. I think I've done it in the past. I've definitely done it in the past. So anyway, this is Ali Filmworks. He came out with part 2 of the God of War remake video he did a couple of months back. I think it took him a lot longer than he said it was going to be. So it must be really good. It's 16 minutes, 17 minutes if we're going to be want to be a little bit more exact. But this is part 2. And yeah, I'm excited for this, okay? You guys ready? You guys ready? Let's do it, man. Let me see the audio. Let me know if the audio is okay, by the way.
I am so disappointed. I was at least expecting a remaster.
Whoa, my bad, guys. Hold on.
I am so disappointed. I was at least expecting a remaster for the 20th anniversary, and all we get is this piece of... So, you're not even listening, are you? Forget about it. I'm gonna do it myself. And this time, we're gonna have a brand new Kratos design. Undead Legionnaires, the GNC, and the Hydra. Just wait.
God damn it, bro.
This is gonna be everything Unific gave us. I'm gonna start with the brand new Kratos design, since the previous one didn't get much love. For the new design, just imagine Kratos from God of War 3 having a baby with Kratos from God of War Valhalla. Wait, I took the negative comments seriously and decided to fix all the issues we had with the previous design, like its weird looking mouth. Fixed. You think he was so skinny? Fixed. Doesn't have six-pack abs. Fixed. Why does he have 4 toes? Those are not 4 toes, you idiot. The pink is covered by the sandals. I even changed the tattoo and made it a bit sharper. Much meaner, much stronger, much Kratos.
That's pretty good. Now, okay. That's good. That one definitely looks better than the first one. That one looks better, yeah. Yeah, but you need to do... Oh, I read that already, okay. Kratos feet. We got Kratos feet reveal, man. Look at them in Kratos toes. Where are they?
Fixed. You think he was so skinny? Fixed. Doesn't have six-pack abs. Fixed. Why does he have...
Wait, not yet.
4 toes. Those are not 4 toes, you idiot. The pink is covered...
There you go. Kratos' fit reveal, right there. His trap's a little bit too big. He's fine. He's fine, okay?
By the sandals. I even changed the tattoo and made it a bit sharper. Much meaner, much stronger, much Kratos. Alright, let's make the Blades of Chaos. Nothing too fancy, just added
this one should be easy, yeah.
The image, added some thickness, modeled the handle and tried to make a basic shape. I added some resolution and started sculpting the detail. Then imported it into Substance Painter and textured it to perfection. But check this out. I added an emission texture to the blades, so they can glow like here at middle. Thought it would be cool, right? Time to work on the Undead Legionnaires.
Oh, here we go.
While playing God of War Valhalla, I noticed the undead didn't quite feel right. They looked a bit too clean and muscular, like some gym dudes painted gray. Let me show you how I did it. I downloaded this zombie model from Mixamo, which was perfect for what I had in mind. It's not cheating, I'm just borrowing it. I imported him into Blender, sculpted his face, removed his pants, and started modeling a Greek armor using parts of its own body. Here I wasn't trying to recreate the undead exactly like the game. Their design was a bit too simple, so I pushed it further and added more details to make it feel even more realistic. Then again started texturing them using Substance Painter. I gave the metallic parts this bumpy texture so it looks handmade, and changed the color of the skin to a darker greenish color, because dead people are green. Don't ask me how I know that. I painted some blood on his face and body, and even made the eye sockets a bit darker. Of course I didn't forget the hair on top of the helmet. Oh my god, it looks so cool already. If you take a look at the undead in Valhalla, you can see they have fully glowing red eyes, which kinda makes them look, let's say, less interesting. Let me show you how to make it interesting. First, you make the eyes completely hollow and have only the iris glow. And if you're going for extra creepiness, let only the pupils glow and switch the colors from red to white. And we're done! I took inspiration from this Reddit user who did the same with a FNAF poster. And finally, he looks dead! You can even feel the smell.
It looks pretty good.
And they smell like shit.
That...
Which is great.
That looks pretty good. Damn, looks really good. It looks really good. Bro did a better job than Santa Monica. I'm not saying that. You're saying that. I didn't say that, okay? Let's keep going, you know? Again, it's the bloodiness of it. Like, look at his face. Is my video high quality? Like, look at all the scratch marks, all that. It's almost like Santa Monica is afraid of blood these days. Like, why, bro? Like go into it fully. You know, like, he's right. They do look kind of too clean in Valhalla. Like, go lean into the whole zombie aspect of it, you know? They look really good.
Let only the pupils glow and switch the colors from red to white. And we're done! I took inspiration from this Reddit user who did the same with a FNAF poster. And finally, he looks dead! You can even feel the smell.
I really love the detail on the helmets, how it's like full of hits, like full of dents. Like, it's really good, man.
which is great. I made 7 different unique variations of them so they don't feel copy-pasted. This is called...
This guy, man.
It looks dead. You can even feel the smell. And they smell like shit, which is great. I made 7 different unique variations of them so they don't feel copy-pasted. This is called respecting the audience, folks. I spent the rest of the week rigging every single one of them because without rigs, they can't move at all. Now, the zombies are able to move. Attack. Because this video is sponsored by War Thunder.
Oh my
The
god.
vehicle combat game ever made. Even the undead play it. And they've got no money because this game is completely free. Take command of over 2,500 planes, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1920s.
My man's got sponsorships now. Good job, man. Good job. You gotta get that. You gotta get that bag, man. That was a nice like ad, like brick, like how he did it. Good job, man. Good job.
Modern day. War Thunder has one of the most sophisticated damage models in gaming. And with X-Ray View, which is my personal favorite, you see how exactly a shell pierces through an armor and destroys the vehicle. It's super satisfying. And the best part, now you can play War Thunder anywhere because now it's available on mobile too. Immerse yourself in the intense combat of War Thunder, where detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Of the most powerful war machines of our time. Play War Thunder today for free. Available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and now mobile. Download the game using my links pinned in the comments. If you're new or haven't played for 6 months, you'll also score a massive USA bonus pack with premium vehicles, 100k silver lions, 7 days of premium accounts, and even more. Available for a limited time for console and PC players only. Alright, let's work on our environment. Stick around because next up we're bringing the Hydra to life.
Here we go. Hope he does part 3 in the future. Maybe he talks about it at the end. We're only 4 minutes into the video. Like he might talk about it in the future and later in the video. Yeah, Samuraka didn't put the hair on the helmet. Yeah, I always thought that was kind of weird. You can't remove that awesome Roman like or I guess Greek, you know, like design to it.
My buddy Viniesh hooked me up with the 3D model of the ship from the first level, which saved me days of work. Thank you, Viniesh! I imported the ship into Blender, added some resolution, and changed the textures with a high-quality wood texture. I layered dirt and details on top, and made the surface look a bit wet. Then filled it with all kind of trash, like broken woods, ropes, fishing nets, you know, almost stuff. And of course I didn't forget to paint the eyes in front of the ship. Greek ships had those for some reason. And check this out, it looks sick! For the environment I scattered some rocks and stones I found online, and tried to make it close to the original. I kept the original game open on my second monitor to use as a reference. To create the ocean, I added a plane and applied an ocean modifier on it. Then animated the displacement to simulate ocean waves, and created a translucent watery material for it. Pretty simple, but works like a charm. I then threw in some PNG images of broken ships in the distance to give it some sense of chaos. For the sky, I just used the video footage in the background, no big deal. And it looked fine until the camera moved. So I went back to the original game to see how they did it, and turns out they used animated cloud textures on a sky dome. So I tried doing that by adding a sphere, slicing it in half and throwing some cloud textures. I animated the clouds to move and even layered some more clouds on top of it for extra drama. And it actually worked. I wasn't so confident about it in the beginning, but it turned out really well. For lighting the scene, I used...
It's crazy, like, when you... I'm not just talking about the video itself, but, like, just the game. Like, once you get to see, like, how the sausage is made, like... It's very much like movie magic, where it's like, oh, so that's how they did it. Like, it's just... They make it look so good, and like it looks like a real place. Like, no, it's just a dome with like an animation spinning around, you know. Like, it's so simple, but it just works, you know. I'm convinced he's actually working on a remake with Santa Monica, and this is just the plan to get community feedback. He does a really good job, man.
HDRI, and it looked.
And it's the fact that he came out of nowhere as well and dropped a video that got millions of views, and it's like. It's impressive, man.
Amazing. Until I changed the camera angle and suddenly everything looked flat. You know, here's the tricky part. Just because something looks cool and cinematic from one angle doesn't necessarily mean it looks cool and cinematic from other angles as well. But I have an idea. If I make the lights track the object and parented them to the camera, that way no matter where the camera moves, the lighting always follows. And I can't believe it actually works! You can see the differences before and after using this technique. It even applies on our environment. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be so good. Did I just invent a new way of lighting? I definitely deserve an Oscar for this now. Next up comes something pretty cool. Remember this hatch on top of the ship where the undead trying to break through? For my version, I made the chains move naturally with the hatch and added one of the undead underneath, as if he's stuck there and can't break free. Poor guy. If you look at the original game, you can see the waves hitting the ship and splashing everywhere. So I created that using water simulation. Oh my god, it looks so realistic. I even added some ropes and cloth moving with the wind to make the scene more stormy and dynamic, and with that, our environment is finished. Alright. Now comes the moment I've been the most excited about. The Hydra!
Oh god, this part. I love the Hydra design already. I can't wait to see it, like how he did it, you know? Bro, this video took 7 months to make. It shows, man, like it's long and it's very well edited as well. So it just, he seems to be like one of those guys that really focuses more on like quality over quantity type of thing, you know? Like he really like, he's an editor, so he likes it. Like, if he doesn't become a full-time YouTuber, which I kind of doubt at this point, like he is gonna find some job editing something, like just like he does a really good job at it, you know. This guy would get rich if he made a tutorial series on how to use Blender. Honestly, man, it's the fact that, yeah, he breaks it down. Of course, he doesn't want to reveal like the final product from the start, so he kind of has to, like, in a way, stretch the video, you know, which is fine. He's got to stretch it, and in the process, we all learn how he does it. You know, it's cool. It's a win-win scenario here.
Stick around because the way I built this beast will blow your mind. I extracted the 3D model from the game. Wait, I'm not stealing. I'm just borrowing it. So I added some resolution, sculpted some scales and details until it looked okay. After finishing the details, I imported it into Substance Painter and gave it a basic brownish green color. I gave it a rough scaly skin to make it feel like a giant snakefish, and also painted a reptilian diamond-shaped pattern on its back, like you can see in poisonous snakes. I didn't like the original teeth, so I removed them and replaced them with even better looking ones. And even added some terrifying eyes. I also didn't like the ears, so I changed them with the fishy fin-like ears. Oh my god, this is so cool. I also decided to give him an extra eyelid, which you can see in reptiles. I thought it would be cool to include that also. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's so cool.
The Hydra!
Okay, alright.
Now the Hydra is ready and everything's set. It's finally time to make the shots and bring
There's something odd about like the face. I thought it would be... I mean, it's the eyes. Maybe it's the fact that these ones have the glowing eyes that these ones don't, you know. But still pretty good. I could not do better myself, you know. If one bro did this, imagine if Blue Point and Santa Monica made a remake. I think they are, man. I think they are. All of those Greek assets, they're just gonna go to waste. I think that's what they're working on next. Given the job description of what they're looking for, it sounds more like God of War than Bloodborne to me. The whole puzzle aspect to it, that's God of War, man. So that dream might still become a reality.
Now the Hydra is ready and everything's set. It's finally time to make the shots and bring it all together. Because trust me, the Hydra is nothing compared to what you're about to see. The first shot we're going to make is the iconic opening where Kratos faces the undead. So I dropped Kratos in the scene and animated him taking a few steps forward before grabbing his blades. And here's the tricky part. You can't just make a character grab something in 3D. Doesn't work like that. Instead, we make two duplicates of the object. One on the ground, one parented to his hand. And when he grabs it, the sword on his hand appears, and at the same time the one on the ground disappears, giving the perfect illusion that he's picking it up. In our case, works perfectly.
Damn.
In my previous video, a lot of you didn't like how Kratos' face moved. Some of you said it was janky, weird, or even garbage. So this time I spent way more effort and even gave him facial wrinkles to make it even more believable.
Oh,
and layered
wow.
tons of animation on top. And after a lot of effort, here's what I got.
Subscribe!
Nah, I'm just kidding. Here's how it really looks.
Foul beast! I will send you back!
Then I ran into a familiar problem when animating Kratos. His shoulders look weird as fuck. You guys actually pointed that a lot in my previous video, saying stuff like, his shoulders look off, Kratos is disabled. Some of you even said he has fucking boobs. The easiest...
He does like he has
his
boobs.
shoulders look off, Kratos is disabled. Some of you even said he...
Look at those knockers, man. He's gotten some nice boobs, man. Kratos' ass cheeks reveal. If they actually remake the Greek Saga games, I'll stop hating Ragnarok. Yeah, I think it's gonna happen, man.
He has
I think it's gonna happen.
boobs. The easiest way to fix this mess is by using shape keys. What it basically does, you go to the frame where the shoulders start looking weird and fix them manually by using sculpting techniques. Now you can see the shoulders are moving naturally. And with that, our first shot is finished. For the next shot, I'm going to remake this scene, but for my version, I wanted to introduce the undead one by one. So the camera slowly pans from left to right, until finally the last one roars at the camera. This idea was inspired by this amazing shot from God of War 3. I don't always hand animate my characters manually. This way it will take forever. Sometimes I download free animations online, and tweak them until they look exactly how I want it. And here you can see the results before and after editing the animation. Since it's raining in our scene, I tried to make the skins look a bit wet, and even added some droplets on the helmets using simulation nodes.
Oh god.
I also
This
made the
dude,
heavy
man.
motion and wind so it looks way cooler, and even made their glowing eyes flicker slightly, giving them a creepy, possessed vibe. And with that, shot 2 is finished.
Oh my god.
For shot 3, the original idea was super short. The zombies show up, a small Hydra pops up and eats one of them, then Kratos feels something behind him, he turns around, there's the giant Hydra, and that's it. But honestly, giving my audience that after they...
The drawing version of it. That's pretty funny.
No, that would have been disrespectful. So I decided to change the plan and go all out. Fights, chaos, adrenaline, blood. I started with a rough animation of Kratos' iconic fight, then polished it and filled in between the frames until it looked epic. Next up, the animation of the blades. It was really simple actually. I just added a curve, turned it into a chain, attached the tip to the bottom of the blade, and the end of it to Kratos' hand. Works like a charm. Here's how it looks in action. For the undead, I went with something called modular animation. Basically, I made several animation layers like walking, running, attacking, dying, you name it. It's the same approach game engines use. The way it works is pretty simple. Whenever the timeline hits one of the animation layers, that animation kicks in. And here's how it looks in action. I even decided to add constraints to head bones and selected Kratos as their target. That way, they always look at him wherever he goes. It's a fun little effect I just figured out. Alright, time to add some cool effects. First up, I decided to make the blades heat up whenever Kratos...
And it's also like the amount of like B footage that he has, like just like B, like yeah, like there's a lot of stuff that it's not really for the final product, but it's good for the video, like all like Kratos dancing and all that stuff. He adds so much, man. Bro did it for us, man. He really went out, man. Wait for it to get revealed at the Game Awards. Nah, it's not gonna be this
I
early
also
though.
made a smart shader that makes the chains heat up the closer they get to the blades. It makes it way cooler that way. If you played the original game, you'll probably know that the blades always leave a fiery trail behind them. I found this amazing tutorial by Cartesian Caramel that shows you how to make a similar effect using geometry nodes. And it was okay, but I added my own twist to it and made it look like fire with some embers behind it. Alright boys, things are about to get violent because we're making blood. I tried full simulations at first, and that was too heavy for my machine. But I had some tricks up my sleeve. I made a single liquid splash simulation, and reused it every time one of the undead gets damaged. It looks pretty convincing to me. To make a realistic blood material, we need to turn down the roughness all the way to 0, then crank up the subsurface scattering. Now it looks like milk coming out of his nipple. But when you change the colors to deep red, boom! You've got yourself some realistic blood. I also got a cool idea when I was playing Devil May Cry 5 a while ago. You know how when you hit the demons with a sword, it leaves a burning mark on them like a wound. I thought that was awesome, so I tried doing the same thing in Blender using physics, and it turned out better than I expected. And I couldn't help myself, it was so fun. I spent hours messing around with it. And here comes the moment I've been dying to show you. Remember in the original God of War, the enemies vanished when we killed them? Yeah baby, we're doing that too. In the original game, the effect was pretty basic. They just disappear. But I wanted my version to be way more dramatic. First of all, they slowly turn black, then the body starts burning and fading away. Then I added some smoke, then only the bones and clothes remain, and also made them collapse to the ground and disappear as well.
Damn.
I also thought it would be fun to reference the original game by adding red orbs. But for my version, I tried something like a glowing liquid energy. Kind of like blood, you know? Popping out of the zombies when they die. Now it's time to add some slow motion. And you might think, oh, that's the easy part, just decrease the speed. Wrong! Blender doesn't do slow motion the traditional way. Just doesn't work like that. Even games from 25 years ago could do it easily. So I had to space the keyframes manually for every single animated object. And before you say anything, yeah, I tried plugins.
How many views does this video have? Like, make sure to go and hit like, guys. 45,000 views. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But this video is gonna blow up, I'm sure, as the other one. So make sure to like the video as well. So make sure to support him. It's the silver play button of hope an aspiration. This video has made me want to start another Greek Saga playthrough. You have to,
man. Not to mention the rain, because in slow motion, it's not like some lines falling from the sky. It's like tiny little spheres. To make that, I figured out it's best to use a wobbling aquasphere driven by particle system. And after 3 weeks of work, I finally managed to make the slow motion feel right. In the original game, there's a shot where the undead break the hatch and come for you. I wanted to make that too, as a little nod to the original. To break the chains, I didn't actually run heavy simulations. Instead, I used the same tricks the original game did. If you look closely, they actually reveal the chain explosion and at the same time hide the chain sealing the door. I tried doing the same, so I used rigid body for realistic physics, disable the chain sealing the door, and reveal the chain explosion I made earlier simultaneously, giving the illusion of zombies breaking the chains. I also made the zombies pose when they come up, and added some lightning for extra evil vibes. You might think this is such a cool and epic shot, and you're right, but behind the scenes is a total mess. Like basically any of our shots, everything looks good only from camera. But if you look at the behind the scenes, yeah. Mainly because I had a very small space to stage this huge fight, so the characters always had to stay inside the borders. Stay tuned because next up we have Kratos versus the Hydra. For the final shot, I started with animating the Hydra emerging from water. I even made its ears shake using a noise modifier. I don't know, I thought it would be more interesting that way. The mouth looked too clean, so I added a plane, applied a slimy texture on it, and put it inside of its mouth to simulate some saliva. Then added some displacement and animated it.
I'm just mind blown by it, man. I'm looking at this and I'm forgetting that I'm streaming. I need to look at the chat every once in a while. I'm just mind blown by like how talented some people are, man. Like it's insane. You should probably record a podcast episode with him. Would be really fun to hear more about his love for the franchise. I'll see if I can reach out to him. Like we'll see, like what we can talk about and stuff. That could be interesting, yeah.
Hydra's breath. If this is not epic, I don't know what is. Next, I animated Kratos launching high in the air, heading straight for the Hydra. I even used particle system with a dust texture under his feet to simulate some smoke trails. It makes his jumping look way more epic. And with that, our final shot is finished, and it was finally time to render, or so I thought. Sometimes it crashed mid-render. Sometimes the render was glitching. Sometimes I finished rendering only to realize it's noisy and unusable just because I forgot to check this stupid box. Oh my god. These past 8 months were the hardest of my life. I regretted starting this project so many times. But the only thing that kept me going was my love for this project, for this game, and for my job as a YouTuber. I finally exported my renders as OpenEXR because it comes with all of these passes and gives you more artistic freedom and allows you to push your visuals even further. Then finally I throw them into DaVinci Resolve for some color grading and sound design. And after 7 months of modeling, animating, rendering, post-processing, backache. I'm sure you want to subscribe because there's even more exciting content coming. Enjoy the video.
Here we go.
Beast, I will send you back to the depths of Hades!
Let the rage of the gods drive your blades, Kratos.
Oh, god damn it. Oh my god, bro. Quietly, my wife is still asleep. Damn.
Again, huge thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to play it for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile. Now by using our links in the pinned comments or video description. New and returning players who haven't played for 6 months will also receive a massive USA bonus pack with premium vehicles and even more goodies. Available on console and PC only for a limited time.
The guy's good, man. He said he's got more projects in the future. Obviously, make sure to hit like. Obviously, okay, like make sure to support him however you can. That was insane. That was made by one guy. One guy made that. As people have said here in the comments, can you imagine what a whole team can do, man? Can you imagine what that would be like if Santa Monica makes it or Blue Point Games? Absolutely bonkers, man. welcome for letting you know. Well, like, not to be that guy, but some people have been telling me like since I started. Actually, like I received a comment on my PlayStation telling me that the guy had uploaded the video already. So you weren't the only one, but thank you. Somebody employ this man. I'm sure he will. I'm sure if he applies for something else, for a studio of some kind, he will get hired. But I think he might also want to just pursue his YouTube career, as he said, because his videos get a lot of views, okay? So he can definitely just strike out on his own, I think. Like, he can do it by himself, you know? I accidentally typed clap in the chat instead of the emoji search bar. You're good, man. Don't worry about it. That was really good, man. I can only wish Santa Monica or someone, Blue Point, hopefully, is doing that. It seems like that might be possible, that it might be what they could be doing, but it's just rumors at this point, you know, like there's so many God of War things that they seem to be working in the background, but we just don't know exactly what, you know, and it's driving me crazy, man. Is it gonna be the Metroidvania? Is it gonna be God of War 6? Is it gonna be the remake? Is it gonna be the God of War TV show? There's so many things, bro. There's so many things, and I'm dying to get something. It's been such a long time that I'm thankful for people like Ali here, who's like, I'm gonna do it myself, you know. I'm gonna show you what it would look like, you know. So it's nice that we have people in this community, you know. Don't get your hopes up until anything concrete is announced. It's too late, PS Connor. It's too late, man. It's too late. Any predictions for the Game Awards? I don't know if I want to predict anything, man. I already did. I mean, I think that bro, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years since Ragnarok came out. Think about that for a second, man. We are due for an announcement any day now, okay? It was supposed to be the live action game. That got canceled. That's fine. But what else you got, man? That's why I think the Metroidvania rumors have to be true, because how can they not be? How can they not be? What else are they gonna be doing, you know? Kuba, if you can react to a Ghost of Yotei review on stream, I'd be eternally grateful. I should warn you, however, it contains spoilers. Well, I don't want that because I eventually want to play the game. I'm still fighting my way through Silksong, but I eventually do want to. I do want to play Ghost of Yotei because it does look good. Out of all of the PlayStation games recently, like it looks like a really good one. Open world, at least. I don't know too much about the story, but open world wise, it looks really good. So I probably won't watch it, but because I do want to play it myself, you know. I'm excited for the Game Awards to see what they announce regarding God of War. Hopefully, it's something. Santa Monica did say that it's a celebration throughout the whole year, man. The year is not over yet, man. We still have the big event of the year, the Game Awards, and man, hopefully, Keely is like one more thing, and we see Kratos running in 2D. I know some of you hate that idea, but I love it, man. Just a Metroidvania, a super long game that just has a lot of secrets, and bro, it could be so good. It could be so good, man. Anyway, you should play it. Combat is 10 out of 10, and the open world is like Elden Ring, full of exploration. Yeah, that's why I want to play it, man. That's why I want to play it. I have to put it up to avoid what the people want me to play next, because I don't want to jump into another series right away. There's a lot of them that I do want to play, like The Legacy of Kain or Onimusha and stuff like that. But I want to play something that's like standalone, something that I can just finish and then move on, right? Maybe I'll put in Ghost of Yotei there as well, like so people can see my reaction of the game as well. Injecting copium for you and me both, Kuba. Honestly, man. Honestly. I mean, that dude is so talented. PlayStation needs to pay attention and hope Santa Monica Studio watches this video. Oh, I'm sure they do. Bro, a video that gets, what, 3 million views, like, Santa Monica is bound to watch it. Like, it's impossible not to, you know? I'd be curious to see what sort of bosses we might have in a Metroidvania God of War game. There's so many creatures in Greek mythology that Santa Monica hasn't covered yet. There's plenty of room there. Like, just watch Blood of Zeus. There's a lot of characters there that are not in God of War. That like, I would love to see this version of it in God of War. You know, God of War Empire. How so? God of War Land of River coming. Nah, that's much later, man. Will you watch what the elf said about the light? Well, I mean, we're gonna be playing Ragnarok next week, so we'll eventually get to that. I'm not gonna watch anything God of War Ragnarok related because I kind of want to go into the whole experience fresh as well, pretty much new. Like I haven't played Ragnarok in, I feel like it's been 2 years, maybe not 3 years, but 2 years at least. It's been a while, you know. Want a God of War game with nobody? What do you mean? Unfortunately, I don't think Santa Monica has the sauce to create source material for the older God of War games. Wait, what? Oh, the source you mean, not sauce. Or did you mean sauce? To create the source material for the older God of War games, unless Corey's in charge. Yeah, I don't know how that works, to be honest with you. I don't know. I can just read the chat on my computer. I don't know why I'm using my phone for that. Where is that? Give me just a sec, guys. Oh, nobody. He's your favorite character? Sure, bro. Sure. Anyway, are you going to stream Ragnarok? Yeah, I'll have to do it. I mean, I said I was going to be revisiting the Greeks, the Norse saga, so we'll see if we do that next week. I might take a little break. What's going to be next week? Let me see the date. Hold on, because I know we have Thanksgiving. I think, yeah, Thanksgiving is on the 27th, right? I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving. I love turkey, man. I love mashed potatoes. I think it's going to be... We can still do, like, we can do part 1 next week, and then part 2 I won't be able to do for a while, because then it's Thanksgiving, you know. He meant sauce, I think, as in they don't have the creativity to do it. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. I mean, if one guy on his own can do it, well, but that's different, because this is just a video. Like, he did a video edit that's really fancy, like a remake, right? But it's not the full game. A game is different, you know. It's a lot more work, you know. Odysseus says his name is nobody to a Cyclops, so when he takes the Cyclops aside, the Cyclops says nobody. Oh, I see what you're saying. I forgot about that. Good point. Okay, I see. I'm like, what are you talking about? It was a reference to Greek mythology the whole time. Well, we know that the Trojan War is part of the God of War lore, but that has to be way back, you know. But bro, Trojan War, God of War, Metroidvania. I don't even know how that could work, because that's more of an open field, but they'll find a way, man. They'll find a way, man. Have you seen the launch trailer for Expedition 33? I think at one point I did. That was before I wasn't even excited for the game, right? But I did watch it, you know. You said that Monday is when they're gonna open the Game Awards nominees, right? Like for us to vote on, right? So I might do another like members hangout, or just like a public one where we can just like go in there and just vote ourselves. That would be fun, I think. Or I could wait for the Ragnarok stream if you guys want, you know. I thought we were done with Expedition 33. We're never done with Expedition 33. We're never done. I want to replay it, man. I have it. I bought the physical disc on PlayStation. I want to replay it, and that is one game that I want to get like deep into the lore, just like I did with 2018, to see if I can make some theories about it for the sequel, because I think the sequel is going to be like within the same universe, and there's, much like God of War 2018, there's a lot of mysteries there that remain. So I'm voting for Expedition 33. It's such a special game. I'll have to see once I get there. For me, I think it's between Expedition 33 and Silksong. There's no other game, in my opinion, this year that can compete with those two, but we'll have to see. After seeing how they wrote these legendary gods in Ragnarok, I'm worried for how they will portray the gods in Metroidvania or anything Greek-related. Really missed the tone of the trilogy. I'm hoping, bro. I'm hoping that they took to heart the criticisms that we had from Ragnarok. Okay, I think the industry has changed a little bit. It's not just people complaining about Ragnarok almost sounding too Disney at certain parts. It has happened industry-wide, where there people just adopted that way of like writing characters. But I think now we're coming out of that, and I hope Santa Monica is also doing that as well. You know, it wasn't nominated for Best Music in some awards. Yeah, I saw that. That was odd, to say the least. You know, I don't know why they did that. You would really like Alan Wake too. I had to play Alan Wake first, man. Alan Wake would be one of the series playthroughs, though, not just like a one-off game, I think. But yeah, I think I'll end it here, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've streamed for how long? Let's see. Almost 4 hours. Pretty good. Pretty decent size of a stream. Thank you, of course, to all the new members. Sorry, I'm yawning. I don't want to say that while I'm yawning. Thank you to all the members. No, but honestly, thank you to everyone who became a member on this stream. I really appreciate it. And of course, everyone else who's been a member for a while, everyone who super chatted, you guys rock, man. You guys make all of this possible. You really do. And tomorrow, because the stream got delayed to today, tomorrow we'll have to do... See? Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, and that one might be a long stream as well because I need to react to the documentary of the Kindred Blades thing, so we have to do that as well. And then Sunday's Metal Gear with my wife, so I got a couple of busy days ahead of me. But that's gonna be it for today, guys. I really want to thank you once again, all of the members, for being here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, remember, go forth. And wait, read mine. What? Hold on. Who said that? Flasher. I want to see you naked on the holiday. What? Anyway, until then, remember, go forth in the name of Olympus. Bye.